right. Hello, Wastelanders. Welcome to Vault and the Initiative Order. Vault is a Fallout TTRPG, the new 2D20 system by Modifius. And this campaign is set in the Texas Wasteland, the Texas Commonwealth in 2177. My name is April Hill. I am your overseer for this campaign. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. Before we jump into tonight's game, let's meet our players. We'll start with Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, and here on Twitch. And Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And I play Ash, the Super Mutant Barbarian. Ready to rock some fools. So let's do the thing.
All right, and Sugar Cyrus.
What can I say? It's Jay, Casual Campbell. You can find me on all social media at Casual Campbell. I aspire to inspire to the day I expire with no plans to retire. And I'm playing Sugar Cyrus, the ghoulish bard of the wasteland, making sure everybody feels a taste of my music in the most seductive of ways.
And Pawn.
Hey everyone, my name is DeAngelo, and I organize a lot of tabletop RPG events in the TTRPG community that promote diversity and inclusion and fighting for like a better tomorrow in all ways I ever can and everything. Tonight I'll be playing Pawn, who is a raider, very lucky, very dumb. Somehow he survived and met these wonderful people, and hopefully he'll survive today as he's attacked by, or not attacked yet, but facing two different factions, ghouls and raiders. So see how it goes.
And Peggy Sue.
Hi everybody, Taryn Hackett, aka Valrook. You can catch me on the Instagram at Valrook. I am a TTRPG streamer, general creative, and dice maker. If you like the Math Rocks, you can totally also follow my dice making endeavors at UO_dice on Instagram. That's Umbral Oculus Dice. But of course, tonight I'm playing Miss Peggy Sue James, and she is about ready to knock these raiders into next week, looking both ways for Sunday, sugar.
And we've got Marcus Cole.
Hey, I am Justin, and I will be playing the Slinger of Guns, Marcus Cole. Some of the things you're about to see, I don't necessarily endorse what Marcus will be partaking in, but I don't not endorse it either. So, I mean, it's your life. Whatever you want to do, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I think it's great. Go for it. Recreational or not, whatever.
And tonight, Alicia Marie, aka Tipper, did have some work projects that she's working on, but please follow her on her socials. She's an amazing costume designer, absolutely phenomenal role player. We love her to death. We missed her today, but she is working on a very special project right now, so can't wait to see what she's up to. All right, so I love all my players here. You guys are so wonderful. We're going to dive into some announcements. So we are sponsored by Session Zero Clothing, which has amazing D&D inspired streetwear. You can use the code order at checkout for 15% off. We are also sponsored by North Foundry, which makes artisan dice. Use the code TIO15 at checkout for 15% off from them. And we've also got roaming player gear, which is amazing tabletop gaming supplies by our own GotDM, who just started a very fun show, Evermore Tales, that you can catch. It's every other Sunday, I believe, right? Every other Sunday. So that started yesterday. So check it out on the VOD because it's an absolute phenomenal show. You can use the code Carnaby20 for 20% off the Dice Tower and Dice Tray combo set. Last but not least, we've got Mithril Armory, which we do have a mid-show giveaway for another 10/20 by Mithril Armory. So they make amazing tabletop accessories, dice, terrain, and more. They are, so like I said, you can check out Mithril Armory. And we're actually going to, let me show you a little bit. If you want to, you can enter Mithril in the chat. Enter Mithril in the chat for a chance to win one of these beautiful 10/20s. Look at how pretty that is. Yeah. So the 10 Hedrils are a foldable metal dice puzzle. They come in a flat sheet of metal that you can fold into usable dice. They have some beautiful designs by some amazing artists. Their Kickstarter is live right now, so make sure that you get in. Make sure that you get in on it. Backers will get to choose which designs are unlocked, and these 10 Hedrils are an upgrade to the successful 1020s, which have sold over 3,000 so far. And from that, they have listened to feedback and put into work these new designs. So check out their Kickstarter, and let's go ahead and take a look at their Kickstarter.
From the same team who created the world's first foldable metal D20 comes a colorful evolution, introducing the world's first all-metal, foldable, full-color RPG dice set. Now you can enjoy a full set of foldable RPG dice, designed with thicker, sturdier metal and in full color by our favorite designers. The 2 included sheets contain a total of 9 dice: 1d20, 1d12, 2d10, 1d8, 3d6, and 1d4. They come in multiple designs, and new ones will become unlocked as we reach our stretch goals. 10 Hedrils, foldable metal dice, by Mithril Armory.
All right, so yes, if you enter Mithril in the chat, you will be entered to win one of their 1020 sets, and they're so much fun to build. We had a little building contest when Taryn, Peggy Sue came over, and yeah, she lost. She would have won. She would have won, but her sister kind of messed it up. But they're so much fun. They make great gifts, so definitely will want to get in on the giveaway for that. So
it was super fun. It was super fun. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun. But I have to boast that I did beat the dog snot out of Chills at the very least.
This is true. He was the worst out of everybody. I did not mean to do that. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. All right. So without further ado, everyone, let's get wasted.
There's a great artist named Mina Wire, and you should check her out on Instagram, by the way, guys. She does Afrocentric artwork, and it's stunning.
Yes. Sorry about that. So yes, I love our intro so much. It's so pretty. Danny did such an amazing job on that. So welcome back. Last week on Vault, our Wastelanders found themselves in Fort Stockton, the headquarters for the Desert Rangers. After collecting a bounty and looking at the bounty board, they decided to pick up a bounty for a raider by the name of Big John, who is a known associate of the Rattlesnake gang, which for some reason Marcus is highly interested in finding this person. Even gave up on another bounty that was closer, insisting that you all take up on this one. And meanwhile, Ash and Tipper were over with Kaylee getting Tipper some upgrades. So now Tipper can eat her own food. And she did, and it was delicious. She cooked a very delicious meal for her first meal. However, while you were in Fort Stockton, things got a little interesting. While everyone was in the pub, Sugar decided to take a little detour. Since everyone was a little distracted, Sugar decided to go break into the Desert Rangers headquarters office, and saw that there was a person that was locked up, and also broke into a safe after creating a diversion and having the place set on fire. So snuck in, stole some caps, stole some stuff from the safe, and then you all skipped town and headed towards trying to find Big John, which turns out he was in Seagraves, the former town of Seagraves, which is now a rattlesnake, which is now the headquarters of one of the outposts for the Rattlesnake Raider gang. You all have found yourself there, and Sugar Cyrus tried to approach using their beautiful music. However, the Raiders were not letting you in. They did call Big Johnson. They did call Big Johnson to come to the gate. And upon seeing you, said, "You aren't invited. And, well, maybe we'll let you in if you survive." And then you hear the sound of ghouls coming around and at you from the side. And this is where we left off. Let me change over to... So, you all have found yourselves stuck outside in the middle of nowhere, stuck outside this raider camp, and ghouls are coming at you. I'm going to change some music.
As they do.
Yeah.
So this is
cool.
pretty much the scene you see before you. So you all are in front of the raider camp, and here comes the ghouls from the side.
But I don't want them to.
I try that move. I usually tell them to go away.
Have we tried that yet?
No, we haven't had my turn to do that yet. Those ghouls look so nice.
Oh no.
I mean, not literally, like they look good designed, but they look terrible.
Would you like to wear their skin?
I'm considering it, but they don't have the right complexion for me. I'm fully blasted with tattoos. They don't seem to match my aesthetic.
Gives you a fresh canvas.
You right, a fresh canvas though.
All right. So we've got at the top of the order, I was just teasing y'all earlier, it totally is Peggy Sue. So Peggy Sue, Sugar has walked up to the gate, playing their guitar, trying to persuade these raiders to let y'all in their camp. They are having none of it and said, well, maybe if you survive, we'll let you in and talk to us, but you gotta face these goals. What are you gonna do?
Peggy Sue's gonna chunk a baseball grenade right over the edge of that fence.
Into the raider camp.
Oh yeah. If we have to run from ghouls, so do they.
And we're not inside the camp yet, right? We're on the outside.
Oh, we're
You
not
are
gonna get in there because I'm gonna blow
He's
it up.
opening the door for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. Okay, yeah.
Okay. You've got a difficulty of you're trying to just get the fence. Let's do a difficulty of 2.
Awesome, because I rolled. One of them, I got a 4 and a 12, which is a tag skill, so that is a crit and a success. So there's 3 successes as I boop, chunk it.
It would just be 2. It would just be 2. 'Cause
Would
you
it,
rolled a
even with the crit? Because
you
my
rolled 1.
do what now?
What did you roll?
One of them was her tag skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be a critical success, which would just be 2, not 3.
Well,
And
then
the other
my
success.
I had to roll a 13 or lower, and the other one was a 12.
Oh, then it is 3, and your AP is full, so you would have gained another AP, but it's still out there. It's still floating out there. So you are able to hit the fence, roll damage.
Can we give that extra AP to you, April?
I mean, you could, but do you want to?
Yeah.
No, shut up. No.
Why?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
no.
I mean, it's wasted. It's not
Maybe
even
it's
Okay,
for the
No,
uh,
Raider. Stop. Take your camps.
about to.
1, 2, 2, 5, and 6. So
1, 2, 2, a 5 and a 6. You didn't roll any 3s and 4s.
no. Oh no, this is so good.
What kind of grenade is it? What
Umbral
does it have
Oculus
any weapon
dice now on sale.
Roll what
Do
you
what now?
need.
Did it have any weapon effects?
No, it was just the blast.
Okay. Okay, so that is 7 points of damage to this fence. You are able to blow a big hole in this chain link fence gate. So there is a big hole in it. The gate hasn't fallen off, but there is a huge hole in it. And you do see Big John, who was standing at the gate, watching, gawking, laughing. He sees you chunk the grenade. The grenade hits the fence from the outside, blows this hole up, and he starts backing up.
Can I still
Bye.
move after this?
Yes, you can. You still have your
I
minor
will-
action, which is, yes.
So I will then beeline away from the ghouls. Yeah, I'm gonna beeline away from the ghoul. Like, just put me some distance so that I have a clear view of what is in front of me.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I'm going to start shooting people.
I would just like to make the point that you have blown this open. They are probably mad, and you chose to make sure that Sugar is directly in front of everyone for
You
line
can
of
go
fire.
into the fence now.
You're right. I'm gonna run towards the bullets that are coming soon.
This is okay. Next.
All right. All right.
I would like to use a luck point to go ahead of Marcus if he's next in line.
Okay.
If
go
he's
for it.
next, I don't know who's next.
If I'm not next, she doesn't want to do it. But if I am next, she wants to do it.
Yeah.
Well, if it was the ghoul, would you want to go next? Yes, Marcus would be next, but if you want to use a luck point, you can
I will.
go in front. Yes.
So you see Ash crack her knuckles, crack her neck. It's time to bring the pain. And she's gonna go run and charge forward using Pain Train to attack the ghoul directly that's in line of her. She's going to use one of her well-known moves, the Flash Bang. It's an insecurity flash kick to the face of this thing. She's gonna run forward and use that energy from the force moving forward to do that move.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll your 2 d20s. Their defense is 1.
Fantastic. I got a 1 and an 8.
Okay. Critical success. So you would.
And
have,
I'm gonna use another luck point to do my Slayer to make sure that this is a critical hit.
Okay. Okay.
And then I get to add a d6 and stun damage to the effect of the damage as well.
Okay.
All right, so that's in total 6d6 of damage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Roll that damage. Whew. Ash, don't play.
Not at all.
All right, let's see. So we got 3 2s, 1 3, a 4, and a 6.
Okay. You got some 3s, a 4, and a 6, so 1 6. So that would be 7 damage plus. You got 1 6, right? Only 1 6.
I got 1 6 and 1, and then yeah, 1 6. That's it.
Okay, so that would 7 points of physical damage plus your effect, which would be stun. And what did you have any other effects?
No, just the one. Can I make that a vicious for the damage effect roll?
Is vicious on? Oh, because of your
because of it it's because of the when you roll a 6 you get a damage and an effect, right? Or no, it's just strictly whatever it is. It's a stun.
Yeah.
The stun
Yeah,
damage.
You roll 5 or 6, whatever your weapon's effect is. That's whatever property weapon.
So
effect.
because of Slayer, that would be stun.
Okay. All right. So they will have the stun effect. Roll hit location because this is going to cause an injury. Possibly. Because I don't think that they have any.
So that is a 1. So I hit it again because I kicked it in the head. That is the reason why it's taking all of this damage.
In the head.
Yes.
Okay, yes. It is going to take all that damage and it is stunned. It is barely standing as Ash runs up and just rings their bell.
I'm going to do, if I may, team, I'm going to use 2 action points to do another major action to charge forward and basically use my elbow to knock another one that's standing down, hopefully. We'll see.
Sure, so you're using 2 action points to do another major action.
Correct, and I'm going to use Pain Train again to run to the next one. Charge to attack.
Okay. All right.
So that is still within my target number. It's a 12 and a 13, but
Perfect.
my target number is a 17.
The 17?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And of course, I'm taking advantage of that Slayer as well. Yeah, so I got the 1d6.
For stun. Okay.
And using another one of my luck points.
Okay. To re-roll one?
So the luck point basically makes it a critical hit to whatever part that I end up hitting. So I'm using that part of my feat. So I'm using another one of my luck points for that.
Okay. All right. So where are you hitting and how much damage?
So we got here a 4, 2 4s, a 5, 2 3s, and a 1.
So the 3s and the 4s were all blanks. So you did get 1 point of damage on the 1 point of damage on the 5, and it will take an effect. So that'd be 2 points of damage plus the effect, which is stun.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah. So you crack one of the ghouls in the head, charge at one of the other ghouls that are charging towards you, and then you crack them, but not as much momentum as their momentum takes away some of the brunt force that you dealt to that first one, but you still did hit them with a lot of force.
That hits them in the left arm. So basically, even though I was trying to hit them in the face, instead I end up basically targeting that right arm of the other ghoul.
Okay, awesome. All their armor, unless it's radiation, is 0, so they don't have any damage resistance to any of their body parts. So, cool. All right. Did you want to do anything else? And with those successes, your action points are full, so y'all are back up to 6 again.
7.
Well, you can't go above. 7.
Sugar is inspirational.
That's right. Sugar gives y'all 7. Y'all are lucky.
And then I'm going to move back towards the one that looks closer to the one that basically I just hit with the right arm, because I'm going to try to basically take this one out, hopefully next time.
I mean, you're still close.
I'm still within range.
Right. Yeah. Since
okay,
you,
cool.
I mean, I guess you.
I didn't move it back, correct? Or no? Did I move it back with the force?
Because since you moved up to it, that would technically be your minor action. But I mean, you're still like right there within range. I mean, you're right there next to them. So I mean, you're still right next to them. So you don't have to do another.
Okay. Cool.
You're fine.
Yeah. As long as I'm close. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right on them. Because they were right next to each other. All right. Cool. All right then, Marcus. Now it is your turn.
Okay. I want to make sure I try to do this in order, and just if I make a mistake, correct me.
Okay.
I'm going to use my quick draw feature to pull out some jet.
Oh gosh.
and then I'm going to use a minor action.
So you don't have to use. So with your quick draw, you do not have to. You can do 2 minor actions without using a.
No, I can do a minor action of drawing an item or weapon that I carry without using an action point.
Right.
Then I'm going to use my minor action to take the jet.
Oh boy. Okay. And what does the jet do?
It reduces the cost of extra actions, major or minor, by 1.
Okay. All right.
I am then going to pull out Psycho,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm going to take it.
Yep. Because now it's free to do a minor action, which is drawing it, and then you're taking it. But you will have to expend an action point. No, because to take one, you don't need to. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Chems don't stack.
They're different chems though. I'm not taking the same one.
Yeah, they don't. I still think they don't stack because I'm pretty sure that that's what the rules say, that they do not stack. Whichever one.
No,
that you
it's if they provide the same benefit. These are providing separate benefits.
I'll look it up later.
I'm reading it now. The benefits of chems do not stack if 2 chems provide the same benefit, or if you were to take 2 doses of the same chem. But
Okay,
these are separate. That's my understanding.
Yeah.
When it said they don't stack, they're referencing.
Maybe I'm thinking of alcohol because one of alcohol.
The sentence
Alcohol
is there that they don't stack, but the qualifier is if they're providing the same benefit.
Okay.
So I would assume you could take.
Yes, then you can definitely.
All right. Psycho just adds damage and damage resistance. And Psycho is lasting. Jet is brief.
Okay.
I'm then going to.
Psycho's going to last the entire encounter. The jet is going to last just this round.
Yes. I'm then going to shoot one of the raiders that's in the tower, I think.
One of the raiders.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
You're
it's-
literally like, take care of these ghouls, then we'll talk. And you're like, no.
Eh,
Okay.
we'll talk when everyone else is dead but him.
Oh no. Oh no.
This was the
Sugar
state
did
of
not
The
sign
moment
up for
that he
this.
took 2 drugs, you should have known what was about to happen.
I said I was going to do this. I don't know why there's any surprise.
I thought you were kidding.
Everyone saw, she threw a grenade.
A
Everyone saw,
dramatically appropriate moment, maybe, but
she threw a grenade. That
that's
kickstarted
true.
this.
That's very true. That's very
Okay.
true.
I was taking my lead from the lead initiative.
The one in the tower.
Sure. Unless there's a closer one that's not wearing
there's
power
been
armor.
One, so you have to roll at least 1 success.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna aim. I'll just go for it. Target number is 16. An 8 and a 9.
That's 2 successes. You only needed 1.
So I fed that AP I used back.
Yep.
All right. I'm rolling. I think it's 10 dice.
What have I done?
I'm not gonna count. I'm sure it's 10.
Be all 3s and 4s. Be all 3s and 4s.
2 4s.
2 4s.
Oh,
Then
Then
3 6s, 3
Okay.
5s,
okay.
and a 1 and a 2.
Okay.
The property on this gun is vicious.
Oh my gosh, are you
You
serious?
should have just shot Johnson at that
+1
point.
damage. Yeah.
I'm not
He's
gonna
dead.
lie.
He's dead.
+1 damage per effect.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead.
You should have shot Johnson in the knee.
He
bits.
is being saved alive.
Roll your hit location.
Sure. I just blew his head off. Oh, natural 1. I did
The
blow his head
head.
off.
headshot.
It is the head.
I did blow his head off.
Always the head.
1, 2, 3,
Aim
4,
for the
5,
head.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's 14 damage, I think.
I believe that was Thanos who taught us that.
They had
Aim for the
0
head.
armor on their head.
This is a
Well,
death claw.
That's his problem. 14 damage, April. Did I blow his head off?
Justin's
He was like-
so happy.
It was not Big John, just to be clear.
Rip that.
You said. Yes,
Correct.
you look up. You see these ghouls running at your teammates, and you see Ash just go smash, and then you look away from the ghouls, look up at the Raider Tower, and then just aim. I'm assuming Winona.
Oh,
You're
yes,
using
Winona.
Oh yeah. You aim, and then just this guy. It doesn't look like he has a head anymore. It's gone. I mean, completely blew it off his body, and then his body stands there for a moment, and then he just falls over the front, head over heels, over the front of the guard tower.
Is it a situation where you took so many drugs that it looks like when you popped his head, it's like a bubble, and it's just like a bunch of bubbles?
Confetti.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that,
Bubbles.
Kingsman? Is that Kingsman that did that?
Bubbles.
I think so. Yeah.
April, I would then like to use 1 action point to take an additional major action.
Oh my god! Of course you would. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go.
I'm ready for it.
The
Let's do
other
it.
guard in the other tower. I would like to shoot him.
The other tower. I will
Can I
show
not see
you.
it? Can I not see it?
What's your range?
Uh,
There are some people
Close.
up here.
okay.
And the guard tower is over here.
Okay. Whoever I can hit. My range is close.
I would say you could probably get them. And he did. I said that earlier.
Then I will attempt to shoot him. Target number 16.
There's a she, her, and a he, him up there. But yeah.
Okay. Whichever you pick. I don't.
Okay.
Preferably
Just-
one-
Marcus is shooting bullets.
An 8 and an 8.
Yeah. Their defense
neither
is
of
1.
those. Neither of those are criticals though.
Oh yeah, no.
Alright.
But you did gain another action point from that because their defense is a 1. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Tons of damage. Got a lot in both hands. Okay, not as near as many crits. 1 4. Then I have 3 1s, 3 2s, and 3 5s. No 6s. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12 damage. Oh, hit location.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's a 9. Where's a 9? Left arm.
Yep. You
Blew that arm off.
take your gun and you aim it over at the raiders that are on top of this building. Pull the trigger and you completely sever the arm from the body. The arterial spray or the brachial spray, whatever, starts spurting from the arm. He's trying to hold it. He's trying to stop the blood flow. Can't, and just falls over, completely exsanguinated.
I'm gonna wink at Ash, and I'm gonna dead eye Big Johnson. In face.
Okay, cool. All right.
Could I do?
I think
lucky
that
timing?
jet is making you spasm, Marcus.
Peggy's jaw is like,
It's like, yeah, so good.
So it would have been Ash's turn. However, you did use a luck point to go out of turn. So now it will be their turn.
Could I use lucky timing to go, or is it only? one
Yes,
person?
no, certainly you can use.
Okay.
Yes, anybody can use a luck point. You can't
Also,
use. Yeah.
given I'm now standing behind Ash, obviously.
You're
So-
kind of there because there's
Sure.
the dogs are there, so you're kind of there. Do you want to go
Honest,
right
if-
behind her? Sorry.
Is it in the same zone? Can I?
Yeah. You're like right
free,
there.
free,
right
free
with
move in the same zone, right? It's only an action, minor
Yes.
action to move outside. Not that it matters to me because I'm a jet.
Right. I just
So,
want to
yeah.
make sure.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, do it. Move me.
Okay, Pawn. Sorry.
No, you're good. So Pan will look over and be like, "Oh, look, a flower!" And then all of a sudden hear like the sound of like the explosion and the popping of the guns and everything, and be like, "Oh, shit!" And then he like sees Tipper next to him, and then just like waits for her to give him a command, and then just like puts his finger on her lips and be like, "Pancake!" And then it's like, "You got it, boss!" And then just immediately rushes to like try to secure the Ash's kills. So he rushes over to the ghouls that like she's attacking to make sure that they get killed, so that it reduces the numbers that we're facing and all that.
You're not like blue diamonding it or anything
oh
like
my
that, are you?
god.
You're gonna go take her kills.
Kill secure, not kill steal. We're a team.
What?
The
I
less
love it.
enemies we have, the less attacks they can do. Okay. So it's been a while since we've been in combat. So 2d20, and then I can spend an action point to put another d20 in the mix.
Yes, you can spend 1 action point to put 1 more in. You can spend 3 action points to put 2 more in, and then all action points to put 3 more in.
All right, I'll spend 1 to put 1 more in.
Their defense is 1.
Their defense is 1?
Yeah, so you just have to get one success.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll say that success. I probably do myself, but let's see how it goes. Oh, cool. Never mind. I got a natural 1 and a 4.
Then you got 2 successes. Well, 3 successes, because the 4 was your target number.
Yes, and the tag skill was melee weapon, so yeah. So it's a lot. All right.
Okay, you're good. And you'll have full action points, so.
And I have 5 naturally for Lucille, my bat, and then +1 for my melee damage. So it'll be 6. And I got a 1, 1, 2, 6, 2, and 2. And I have vicious and piercing.
What is up with y'all getting so many 1 or so many freaking 2s? Oh my gosh. Okay. Cool. Well, the vicious is going to do, I mean, their HP is not a lot. Cool. Go ahead and roll your hit location, which is just a d20.
Oh, yes. All right. That is going to be a 2, which
to the head.
The head. 1, 2.
All right. Okay, cool. So you look up and you see Ash just wailing on these ghouls that are running out at you. You see Marcus firing at raiders that are in the camp. And then you run up behind Ash with Lucille, take your baseball bat, and knock the head clean off of one of the ghouls that she has already laid pain to, and they are dead again. All right. Did you want to do anything else?
No, I think that'd be good for me. I'll let the action points be for everyone else.
All right. So Pawn has gone. Okay. So now it will be Tipper's turn. So Tipper, seeing Marcus, has been shooting at the raiders, and then sees these ghouls attacking her other friends. She is going to take her shotgun and try to fire over at the ghouls. So that's target number is a 7. She did get a 7, so that's 1 success. And I will roll the damage for her. So that's a blank, 2 effects, 3 effects, 4 damage, plus effects. Spread vicious. Vicious, 1 damage, effect. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 effects. So, well, they don't have any. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So 7 points of damage to the other ghoul that has not been damaged yet, that's running at you. And she's going to hit them in the torso. So blows a hole in the torso, this ghoul that's trying to run past Pawn and Ash. And that one, it's still up though. So that's Tipper's turn. Pawn, you've already gone.
And I'll issue a command to Hash Brown to go and protect Peggy. So Hash Brown will be like zooming over to Peggy to be like next to her.
Okay, so Hash Brown is just going to be, so you've given the, technically, your first, it doesn't matter, it's fine. We can negate that. Because like the first time you command your NPC, it's supposed to be your major action.
Just try to like persuade them to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
But it's just your first major action. But I mean, y'all were walking up on these guys, so I would say that you kind of already had a game plan, and you probably did it right when combat started. So No biggie. All right, so it's the ghouls' turn, and they are going to try to hit. One's going to try to hit. Two are going to try to hit Ash. Two are going to try to hit Pawn, because y'all are both right up in their business. What's your defense, Ash and Pawn?
1.
2 for Ash.
That's right. Okay. All right. What's their target number? Cool. All right. Okay. And then I will use my action points to re-roll. Okay. All right. So I am just going to hit Pawn. I completely missed. Missed Ash. Great. All right. So we've got 1 and 2 blanks. Are you freaking kidding me? So hit location for Pawn as one of these ghouls is trying to attack you. A 3, which is your torso.
2
for
physical damage
what's
resists.
You have 2 damage resistance.
Yeah.
You have radioactive resistance.
I do.
Or radioactive radiation.
I do not.
resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you will take 1 because of the effect. So I believe you take 1 radiation damage, which just lowers your HP, your max HP. So whatever your max HP is, it will lower your max HP by 1. Since you didn't take any damage other than the radiation damage, it's just going to go down by 1. All right, and then we've got Sugar. It's your turn.
Okay. Do I see Big Johnson from where I'm at?
Yeah. He's on the other side of the fence, and there's a lot of raiders in there.
And he just backed up. He didn't turn around. He just kind of took a few steps back. So he's still facing us. Damn. Okay. Sugar's gonna walk over to the ghouls.
Okay.
And with Lady by my side, gonna be strumming. And
Okay.
I am going to just kind of punch one.
Okay.
I want to help.
Okay, so you and Lady walk up onto one of the ghouls, the one that Tipper just shot.
Yeah, and we're gonna see what happens when we try to punch something.
Okay.
Oh, no.
A really low target number, but so I got 1 success.
Okay. That's good. You just needed one success, so go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, so that's 3 that I roll. Wow, 1 5.
And then the rest were blanks.
Yep, the rest were blanks.
Okay. So hit location. So roll a d20.
That is a 5.
You rolled a 5, so that is, I believe it's torso still.
Yes, torso.
Torso 5 because it's 3 through 8. Okay, so 1 point of damage to their torso. You hit him.
I'd like to activate a critical.
Okay. I believe. Wait. How? What's your perk for that? What? How?
Better criticals. If I deal at least 1 point of damage, I spend 1 luck. I can make it automatically a critical injury.
Okay. Cool. All right. So they do take a critical injury to their torso. So they will. So you are able to punch them with such force. It still only does 1 damage, I believe. I don't think that it gets you the 5 damage. It still only does 1 damage. However, they do start bleeding heavily, as much as ghouls can, from their torso as you rip away some of their flesh after you punched into them and exposed some of their guts from underneath. So they will be bleeding out heavily with 2d6 damage at the end of their turn, I believe. I believe that's how that one works.
I believe so.
Yeah. So with a critical injury to the torso. All right. Cool.
So it inflicts a critical, actually, not just a critical injury, it actually makes it a critical hit. I don't know if that changes the wording, because I have other abilities that creates an injury, and this one just says it creates a critical hit.
But it says
Critical hit would just be the number of successes, I think.
yeah, which
Right.
would make it a 2.
Yeah, because there's whenever I inflict 1 or more points of damage to an enemy, I spend a luck point to automatically inflict a critical hit, which then
Oh no,
causes an
that's
injury.
right. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So I
Yeah.
am right. It just does the injury, right?
Right, I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
All right. Cool.
And then Lady actually has the because Alchemy can assist on an attack, they're also going to be able to attack using their attack dog feature.
Okay, and just like I said before, just so y'all know, usually commanding an NPC.
So
Yeah, it-
so this
your
one isn't
main action.
commanding.
Yeah.
It just says whenever it can assist on one of my attacks, which is a minor action.
Oh, perfect.
Assisting
Okay.
is minor, I believe, because it can just assist when I attack.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, what's she gonna do?
So she's just gonna go for a bite. Target number 9. That's an 8. So 1 success on the bite.
Perfect.
That is a 5, a 6, and a 4. So 2 hits with effects, and it's vicious.
Vicious. All right, vicious, which will be 2 more, so 4 damage. Perfect. All right, and where did she bite them at?
That is 7. So torso.
Torso. So she jumps at the part where you had just put a hole in their chest, and she digs at the flesh and bites it and starts ripping it out from their body. Anything else you want to do?
I'm not injured yet, so no, not yes, actually. It's a minor action to interact, right? With something?
Yes.
Since it's bleeding, can I just use a minor action to just use my free hand to just dip into the blood and pull out just like a little blob of it, just to cover my hand in the blood?
Sure, why not? I'll say you
Okay.
can.
So my left hand has some blood on it. That's all I needed. I'm good now.
Yeah, as
you
Lady is
dare.
biting into their flesh, she bites into them, distracting them for a minute, and she rubs her hand, or you rub your hand into the torso.
Yep. Solid.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed. I'm good. I'm done now.
I'm watching
All right.
you.
So, yes. What's up?
No, I'm just telling casual. I'm watching you.
All right, back to the top of the round with Peggy Sue.
You better not be hurting my bopper. Next, so there's a hole in the fence,
Mhm.
and can I see any of the raiders, like, within my shot of my rifle?
Yes. There's another one that's still on top of the building that's closest to you, and that's the only one that's pretty much in range and visible to you.
Okay. Well, it looks like y'all got them ghouls handled, so I'm just gonna take out this one so it don't get lonely, and I'm gonna shoot at him. That is an 8 and a 2. So that.
What's the target number?
The target number is a 16, and that is a tag skill, so that is 3 successes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage and roll your hit location.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh my god. Okay. Hold up. Okay. April, I love you so much for putting together this beautiful encounter, and I'm sorry that we're butchering it.
Oh no, you're not. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
That makes me more nervous.
Y'all might
I knew
be.
she was gonna say something.
There might be a TPK. It's gone.
I
My
knew-
DM senses are tingling right now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, the moment she
We
was like,
fucked
I thought
up.
y'all were kidding. One, it's a 7. To like for the location, so that's a torso shot.
Torso.
That is 2 1s, 2 2s, a 5, and a 6.
So 4 more, 5 and 6.
And then there was a 3 that doesn't count for nothing.
Okay. What was the location?
Torso.
Torso. That's right.
And it does have piercing too.
It's physical. Oh gosh, it has piercing. Okay, so that ignores damage resistance. So you are going to, blow a hole right through the chest of this other raider that is watching her friend that she was just conversing with, watching them, and they, as they fall to the ground, and then all of a sudden, boom, she's hit in the chest. She clutches at her chest, and then she falls over dead too.
Peekaboo, and with that, Peggy will wink over at Marcus, who just thought he was a badass, and stay where I'm at.
Okay. Marcus, it's your turn.
Okay. Can I see any additional raiders? Who can I see?
Through the chain link fence, you can see Big John. There's also several raiders in the yard.
Sure, whichever one is in the yard is not wearing a helmet.
Okay.
Just in case.
They do have some cover because the
Sure.
blast in the fence is low. So if you're shooting, it will increase the difficulty because they do have some technically cover.
2 or 3? So
This would be, it would increase it to 2, so you need 2 successes.
Okay. All right. So target number 16. 10 and a 5. The 5 is a critical.
3 successes.
All right. And I'll go ahead and roll the hit location now.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Which is left arm.
Left arm.
And then all the dice. Ooh. That is 3 6s.
Okay.
2 5s. 2 4s. And 3 1s. So
8. And the weapon effect.
So I got 13 damage, I think. It's vicious, so I think it doubles the.
Yeah. So 10, 13 damage. Okay. To the right arm.
Left arm.
Left arm. Okay. Let me look at their stats. This one is not. This one has. There. What is that? Oh, to all. Okay. And you did you have piercing or just vicious?
Just vicious.
Okay. So 13, that's still going to do a critical hit to their arm, the left arm. But they are still, they're still up.
2 major actions. I'm gonna shoot him again.
Okay, go for it.
Not 2 action points for additional major action. Well, how close is Pawn to me? Can I see Pawn?
Pawn's like right behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was right next to Ash.
Okay.
Like killed one of the people she attacked.
So you tell me now, pancake or waffle?
I would say nah, because
Okay.
narratively you probably wouldn't know that like.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then from now on, when I do know,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to shoot this guy again. Difficulty of 2. Target number 16. 16 and a 15.
2 successes.
No crits. No crits.
That's fine. 2 successes. That's what you need.
But all the dice.
He's so happy. Look at Justin's face. I don't think I've ever seen him light up this much.
I know it's like
1 4, which is bad, but 3 6s, and then 2 2s, and 3 1s. So
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
13 is what I've got.
Again?
Yeah.
Location was?
Oh shit, location. Hopefully not the left arm again. An 8.
Torso.
Okay.
Okay, so 13 minus the 2 So you injure their left arm. You shoot and hit their left arm, dealing quite a bit of damage to it, piercing through not piercing through their armor, but getting through their armor. Then you shoot again, but this time moving to their center mass, pop, getting through their armor, and they're dead.
I'm going to use a minor action. Oh, no, it's not a minor action. I should have done that first. Oh well. I'm gonna use quick draw to pull out another thing, a jet.
Oh my god!
But I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna have it ready for next round.
Okay, yeah, because your jet was already done with.
But I'm gonna give it a little sniff. But I'm not actually gonna inhale.
How many chems did you buy? You bought a lot of chems. I forgot.
I didn't buy a whole lot. I found an absurd amount. So I have 7 left, including one in my hand.
Really, you're in like a dingy bathroom somewhere taking a bunch of drugs, and all of this is just your imagination?
Possible.
Keep track of how many that you've taken, because after this encounter, you're rolling your addiction.
So this one here would be the first one that I would have to roll, but it wouldn't matter because Jet has addiction of 2, and it'd only be 1 dice because chemical resistance. The next one after that, I could definitely get addicted.
Right. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. Ash, now it's your turn.
Okay, so Pawn took out one of the ones the one that was stunned. So the other one is still standing, correct? The one that I'm next to.
And these all moved in closer to you, actually. This one moved in over.
So the one that I basically already did a little bit of some work on. Yeah. You'll see Ash swiftly pick this thing up and do one of her other well-known moves, the B2, which is basically her version of a power bomb, just straight onto the ground. So that's an unarmed strike against that one.
Okay.
I got a 2 and a 16, which is still underneath the target number, and of course, unarmed attacks are my attack skill. So I'm rolling because of the fact that I'm gonna try to do Slayer. I'm gonna use a luck point to try to make whatever damage this thing takes. It's gonna be a crit. Another crit. So that's only 5 this time.
Okay, 5 damage. Oh wait, no. Oh, 5 dice.
Okay, so we got we got a 1, 2 2s, a 3, and a 6.
So one weapon effect, 6 damage total, 1 weapon effect, and what was the weapon effect? Stun?
No, that one now, because of the fact that I didn't do the pain train, so that's just regular physical damage.
Okay, so just 6 damage, and no weapon effects.
No.
Okay. All right, and where was
that? But it is critical. It is a critical hit.
Okay.
And that's a 6 for the hit location. So that's going to be wait. Oh no. Hold on. I rolled a D6 instead of the proper dice, so it was a head again. So basically, I power bombed this thing, and it crushed the back of its skull.
Yep, it does, and it kills it. It was going to take a concussion, but that was too much damage.
Now, how many action points do we have left?
5.
I'm using 2 of them to do another major action. I'm going to use Pain Train to go forward and attack whichever one that's in front of me. The next one. Victim of the pain.
Give you a different view.
All right, okay. So things are gonna get interesting. All right, so I got a 20 and I got a 2. So
okay.
Yeah. You got nothing? Does that cancel out?
Well,
you got a luck point?
It is a tag. It is a tag. Yeah, I do. I do have a chance. I do have a chance to do that. But then again, I'd be down to 1 luck point. So there's that. but it might be worth it. I'm a little worried because she's looking a little too happy, so I'm gonna use that luck point to re-roll.
Wait, it's still a critical success with a complication.
Yeah.
You succeed, just it gets real
is better.
complicated.
It's 12. This is better. It's 12. It's 12. 12 and a 2.
That's much better. Yeah,
Okay.
so you can succeed.
Okay, so now against the next one, basically just letting out my reckless aggression on this thing. It's an extra D6 because of the fact that I'm doing pain train, and this would do stun damage as well.
Okay.
So then that means it's 6.
Okay.
All right, so I got 3 5s, a 6, a 3, and a 1.
Okay, so 5. So 5 damage and then stun.
Correct.
Okay, roll your location to see what the injury is. 'cause
Another
they're-
1.
So you crack them
So
over the
basically,
top.
just punch. Like it's basically my aggression is just punching this thing directly in the face.
Yeah, you crack them over the top of the head. They take, so they are going to have a concussion, which means they lose their action. The stun. They were already going to lose their action the next round. So so they lost their action the next round unless they use action points. But yeah, you cracked them over the top of the head, and this one's not looking too good.
And that's all I can do.
Whew. All right, cool. So as you are whacking away at all of these ghouls and shooting at the raiders, another ghoul.
Oh wait,
comes-
1 second. That's also
Yeah.
an injury because no.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not using another luck point. Forget it. Never mind.
Yeah, no, they did get an injury because they took 5 damage to the head.
Okay.
Automatically.
Okay.
Yes.
DB asked. That's what we're up to. Big bad John.
I'm just gonna act as cleanup crew so you can do the major damage, and I just like make sure you don't waste a turn killing this one.
I dig it.
And then quickly, what was the difficulty for Ash's hitting?
What?
Ash, when she tried to hit, what was the difficulty on that? Because I think we get some action points back, right?
What do you? Is that the target number or is that something different?
No, their difficulty was 1. The ghouls
So
are
she
1.
got, so she got 3 successes. We can get 2 action points back.
Yes.
You
Got it.
basically
One.
paid for your extra major action yourself.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. Just trying to keep us on track.
Okay, so this thing is going to come in and it's going to use its special ability. It does not have to roll for this. It just automatically does. And
I don't want it to.
damn, it looks like it hits everybody but Peggy Sue. I mean, 5, right? Just 5. That's
Gotta have some
fine.
distance.
Right. Okay, so that's going to be, I'm going to use an action point. Let's see, to re-roll. Actually, 2 action points, I believe. Let's see, so that is +1 radiation. It focus 3 more damage.
Me and Hash Brown are all safe over here, y'all.
So,
Good. Keep my
That's
dog
going-
alive.
oh wait, no, that's just 1. So 5 radiation damage. So 5, so let me see. Since it's an effect, I don't think it's going to, to everything. Okay, cool. So it's just going to be an effect. It's not going to be to a location because it's radiation damage. Ooh. Okay, so everybody but Peggy, 5 radiation damage, unless you're immune to radiation, which you take none. So Sugar and Tipper will take none. I think everybody else
I have my clothing has 1 thing of rad.
resistant, so you'll take
Damn.
4.
Okay.
So that
So
decreases
that's even if the defense is 2.
your defensive radiation. Do you have a radiation? Yes. Yeah. Even if your defense, it negates that.
And that's maximum HP that it's affecting, correct?
Yes.
Oh, so it's not,
Oh,
it's
so
not,
our
it's
max
not
value
damage.
This will not be able to heal back up to past what the radiation damage did to you until you take Rat away.
So does my, this is reducing our max, not, it's not actual damage, so does damage reduction
Both.
not affect? Okay. Oh, both, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. So you'll lose 5 HP, and your max also is reduced by 5.
Yep.
Cool.
Unless you have damage resistance, and then for radiation, and then you subtract it from that, and then do all that. And then that's going to be its turn because that's going to be its special ability. But it comes in following its horde. And as it lets loose this burst of radiation, which I've seen this before at Hannah's place.
Radiant parts, yes.
Yeah, it's the radiation parts. Let's loose this burst of radiant energy. You will see these fallen ghouls stand back up as they are healed.
Nope, don't like that.
And now it's Tipper's turn. Is there anything in particular y'all would like Tipper to do since she's not here?
Anti-radiation. Like
Whatever you think she would do. Yeah.
Okay. Are you kidding? Tipper
Cook us
has
food.
Some of the most unique things that she comes up with, like that I would not be able to even come up with. I will go ahead and say she's going to shoot at one of the ones that just stood back up because she doesn't like that. She will hit it for. Oh gosh, how many blanks? Okay, 2, 3 points of damage. To the left leg. The one of the ones that just came back up, taking damage from the shotgun, falls back down. And it's Pawn's turn.
Okay. So, for your knowledge, I have the Adrenaline Rush perk. So that means that when I am below maximum value health, I gain, my strength is a 10 for all like melee and sort of like strength sort of thing. So just to make you aware for that. So, okay. So first I'm going to go over and clean up crew. So Ash's target, who she did a bunch of damage to, he's going to go up and then just secure that one, or try to at least. As he gets a 9, which succeeds, and a 5. Okay, good. And then roll the damage. So that will be. I guess I could just roll another one. And okay, so I have a 2, a 1, and a bunch of 3s and 4s, and I have one more die. Okay, and a 1. Okay, good. So I have a 1, a 1, and a 2.
3.
Correct. And my weapon has piercing 1 and vicious 1.
You didn't roll a 5 or a 6. The weapon effects do not take effect.
Okay.
Yeah, but so that's 4 damage to what location?
That's what I was going to do. So that is going to be a 19.
The right leg.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, you take out its right leg, right from under them, and the die.
Okay, good. Do you guys mind if I use an action point to try to go do another? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the action point needed to do another major action to swing at another
2 action points.
Have an ability. It's two to do a major action.
Yep.
Major action. Okay. Then I'll go and spend the 2.
Okay.
We are down to 3.
Okay. And how do we get them back? Is it the amount of successes we get, or
For every success higher than the target number, you can get 1 action point back.
Yes.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah, which y'all have been doing really well at.
All right. Let's see. 11, 13. So my target number is 14. So both of them do succeed.
So you get 1 action point back.
Yep.
And then
Got it.
roll for my stuff again. Okay. So and okay, good. Yeah, that works. So I got a 6, a 1, and a 2.
So 4 more points of damage. And is this so? What's this one too? Are you doing the other one that she's been hitting?
Yeah. If
Or
there's,
one
if
that
there's
you've
another already wounded target, then I'll go ahead and attack that one.
Okay, the one that's closest to you that's been wounded is the one that Sugar and Lady Luck are currently messing with.
Okay, I'll go and do that one. Yeah.
Okay, that will completely wipe that one out then, no matter where you hit them. So yeah, I would say that you would take the bat, crack one in the leg, swing the other way, crack the other one, taking them out like almost like bowling pins where they just both bowl over and they're completely dead. Well, kind of. There are currently 2 regular ghouls, 1 glowing ghoul up outside the fence. It's about to be the ghoul's turn. Good. Okay. All right. 1 ghoul is going to attack Ash. The other is going to run up. Attack Pond. Why not? Okay. First one. Miss. Second one, I got a 1 and a 20. Cool. So this ghoul is going to run up at you, Han, and it's going to. You've got 2 to your. 20 is your right leg, right? 20 right leg.
Yep.
2 points
of damage resist. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It is going to hit you in the leg as hard as it can with its fists. In doing so, it completely bends its elbows backward from the force of hitting your leg, breaking both of its arms. It screams out as it falls over, dead. Again.
That works for me.
It got a nat 20, so it got a complication. The complication, and it had 1 HP left, so the complication was it killed itself.
Hey, that works. That's pretty complicated.
Sounds about right.
It worked out.
Do I take any damage from that, or no?
Is that cool?
No, because it had 2 damage resistance, right?
Okay.
Overseer, just checking. So is Ash not immune to radiation damage?
Do you have immunity? Yes, yeah, you're immune to radiation because you're a super mutant.
Okay, so I don't take the 5. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, okay, just got
I was
reminded
wondering
of
about that too. I was like, oh, maybe that's because of the variant. Like,
I did exit
That's what I
out on
thought
my
too.
sheet, and then I realized I was like, yeah, I did exit out, which means that I think that's because I'm immune.
Yeah, I completely forgot that.
My bad.
To radiation and
Must
poison.
be nice.
Don't think that you have poison resistance though. As a super, I have to double
As a
check.
super, it says immune to radiation and poison.
So all 3 of you have immunity to radiation and poison then.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Sugar, it's your turn.
Oh, excellent. Where's this hole again? It's on by the gate, like at the gate or to the side of the gate.
It's in the bottom portion of the gate.
Sugar's gonna make her way over to that like area
Okay.
and just kind of lean against the gate. But I'm gonna lean close enough where I can still kind of peek through to see Johnson from the gate hole, but enough to get cover from the gate and lean against the wall with Lady next to me.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I'm leaning next to the wall with Lady next to me. Leave Johnson alone.
No.
And while I'm there, I am going to strum away. Well, I say we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, dealing with these ghoulish and these hard-faced. God damn it, these raiders are mean son of an itch. But I'm sure we'll get through it or they'll end up in a ditch. So go, Pawn, go on, do what you gotta do. Go, Ash, do what you know when you kick in their ass. To use rally.
You said my name.
That is 3 successes because I have my tag got a 4 and a 7. So we get 3 action points back.
3 action points. Nice. So y'all are full again, right? 7.
We are at Act 7, and I'd just like to remind Mysterious Stranger is active still for this encounter.
Oh, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Cool. And what's their damage and stuff? Do you have that pulled up?
I have it all pulled up. You could just let me know when it triggers. I have like all the dice ready to roll all the stats and all that.
Okay,
It just can only happen when I hit somebody or when somebody hits me, it can trigger.
Okay, and you did it when you, okay, cool. Okay, all right, then we will go back to some raiders will come running out of some of the buildings to try to start bringing boards and stuff to hold up the fence. These will come running out from over here, up here. This one's going to come out over here. This one's here. Back. Ah! Tearing up my set.
It's the wasteland. It falls apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you killed the other one. Okay, so those 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We are going to have the 2 that came out from the building on top. They are going to try to shoot at Marcus, since you have been shooting people. Let's see.
Difficulty of 2.
Difficulty of 2. All right. The first one is going to miss. The second one, target number, is going to. Oh, that one will hit because I know the target number, and then it's going to do. Oh, a fire rate 2. I will use action points to get 2. I'm going to expend 2 more points of ammunition, so you will be hit with 3 different bullets. Pop, pop, pop.
Where am I getting hit at?
Oh, and question, is he still behind me? Because then would he get a little bit of cover from that? So I would end up probably taking some of the hits.
Well, because they're up above, I would say that they can see you.
Note to self, duck down. Got it.
Do what Sugar does. Hide by a wall.
Marcus, I tried.
That's a blame.
No, I like it. Where are you hitting me at? Because I have armor and different.
I'm hitting you in the torso.
Good.
That's going to be 6. And okay, that's just regular. It doesn't have any target. So that's going to be 6 to your torso. 6 physical damage to your torso. Do you have any?
With my ballistic weave and my coat and my psycho that I took, my damage resistance is 6.
Oh.
Radiation does not
What?
help with radiation. But guys, this is what I've been saying for like the last years. Drugs are good.
Yeah, until you become addicted, and then you're gonna have a problem. All right. So the first one's going to miss, the second one's going to hit. Then the other 2 are going to. What's your damage resistance?
Sugar. Defense.
Defense, yeah.
Defense is 1, but I'm.
Defense is 1, but you have cover.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, because of where you're at, it's going to be a 2. So they are going to try.
That's a weak wall.
Huh?
That's a weak wall.
That is going to hit, and that one is going to miss. So they are going to try to hit you. Just one of them, though. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Torso. 6 points of physical damage to your torso.
That's rude.
Do you have any armor to your torso?
I do. It takes reduced by 2.
Okay. They did not have an effect. So these raiders come up, start putting boards on the wall, gets a shot off, and Big John is retreating inside the camp. Peggy, it's your turn.
Alrighty, I'm a little torn here, y'all. Do I help with the ghouls, or do I start trying to shoot little buddies?
People with guns, I think, are pretty threatening. So,
Yeah, they're kind of taking out my team right now. Okay, well then that's what I'm gonna do. First things first, little hunky-dory up there on the balcony that I can see real good. I'm just gonna aim for one of the two, and I'm gonna aim for the torso because I have center mass, and I can make a ranged attack to strike the torso without increasing the difficulty.
Perfect. Okay, they're difficult. It's 1 to hit. Yes, so 1.
Sweet. Okay. What's my target? Okay, target number of 16. I got a 14 and a 10, so that's 2 successes.
Okay.
And then I will.
Oh, and it is through the fence, so it would have been a 2. So that's perfect. Yes.
Okay. And then when I succeed on a ranged attack, I may spend 1 action point and 1 ammo, which I will, to hit a second target within close range of the initial target, and the second target will take the same amount of damage as the first one. And I'm gonna
if you roll a 5 or 6, right?
No, it's just when I succeed on a ranged attack, I can just do it.
Oh, perfect. It's perfect.
Gun fu.
Oh, gun fu, that's right.
But you spend additional ammo, I think it's the only cost, right?
Yes.
Ammo and an action point, but you know.
Worth
Okay,
it.
so that is a 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then 6, 6.
7.
Yeah, so it's the 2 6s with, and I have 2 piercing, and then the 1, 2, 2. So 1. 2.
So the piercing will ignore 2 points. 2 points of armor. Where's the location?
Torso.
Cool.
Or do I need to roll on the second one? Since the first one I was aiming at his torso, the second one, do I need to roll for where I hit him?
Are you going to? Oh no, because you're doing what's it called? Where they take damage too?
Yeah, they just boop, boop.
I don't think so.
Okay, I mean that's fine with me. I was just gonna ask before we.
Yeah, what's the damage on that one though?
It's the same. They take the same amount of damage as the other target. Yeah.
Okay.
I like gun fu.
Yeah.
And then how much is it for a major action?
2.
2 action points.
Okay. Would it be all right with y'all if I use another major action?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, then I will do that, and I would like to toss my other baseball grenade back at that fence where where those 2 guys are standing now, trying to board it back up, with the intention of blowing them up.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll see how that goes. Okay. Oh, that was so scary for a second, you guys.
Was it cocked?
Yes. That was so fucking terrifying. Sorry.
It was almost a 20.
The
Yeah,
only
rolled-
time I hate natural 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them rolled really slow, and I was like, oh my god, it's going to stop on a 20. The other one was cocked. But now it's a 12 and an 8. My target number was 13, so just barely, but that's 2 successes.
Perfect. Okay.
Whew.
Roll damage.
Ah. I was like, and I blow up my party, and we're all done. Okay.
Sugar's sitting right next to the fence, by the way.
Yeah. Can I check?
It's useless fence.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like chunk on the other side, like where they are, not like at it. Like, is that possible or is it too high?
I'll say you do. If that's what you're telling me.
I mean,
that's what you're doing.
Because that's what I wanted. Like, I want them to be sitting there like trying to hold up the fence, and all of a sudden, like this grenade just like comes down on top of them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. So that is a 2, 2, 5, and a 6, and then there's a stupid number that doesn't count for anything.
So 6 points of
yes.
physical damage. Okay. You completely obliterate the fence, and they take some more damage. Goodness. Let's see. 6. Their armor is 2, so 4.
Not rolling that die anymore.
Cool.
Though. I'm mad at it. It
All right. Marcus's turn.
Okay. I'm going to. So what do I see right now? What have I?
The fence is completely down. Well, the gate is down, and there's 2 raiders that are currently standing in the front as they got exploded. But they are still up, and there's a bunch more raiders. There's 2 on the building close by, plus in the tower that's further away. There's a bunch in the courtyard. Yeah, so they're just kind of all over the place.
Okay, I would like to use my minor action to inhale some jet, which was
Okay.
the second dose, which I'm still good on. The next
Okay.
one I'll have to roll for addiction.
Is this your second one or third one?
This is your 3rd drug though, right? Because you did psycho.
They're separate rolls.
Yeah, they're all
each
separate
has
to
their
be
own
addicted to
each has their own addiction roll.
Nope.
Oh, shit. That makes sense.
I'm an expert in the field of drugs. Okay.
We
I'm
can tell,
gonna-
Marcus. We can tell.
I would
like
like-
a former lawman, and he's like, I'm just gonna take all the jet, all the psycho.
That's why he's a former
Yeah.
lawman.
He's been
Yep.
working those street corners a little
Oh.
too long.
Crap.
Wait, that sounded actually. Never mind.
He had to make money.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Uh,
I forgot real quick.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Peggy would have also booked it towards the fence, this
Okay.
that corner side, to kind of start not being in direct sight of the gun people.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that before. I forgot. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I was hiding behind the gate and they still shot me. So
Yeah, but you're in a gate, and I'm trying to take cover. Me and Hash
Yeah.
Brown are.
I
Yeah,
took
you
cover
got
behind the
goals.
fence. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, well, they can shoot through it. It just increases the difficulty. They know where you're at.
All right. The 2 that are by the gate.
Yes.
I'd like to shoot one of them.
Okay.
At least try to. A 4 and a 16. So 4 is a crit success. 16 is just a success.
Okay.
So-
Roll your damage.
Oops. Okay. I am going to use a luck point to re-roll 3 of the dice.
Okay. Yay, Coral is raiding. Thanks for the raid, Coral. Happy to see you.
There's one good re-roll.
Oh, good.
Okay, we have 4 5s,
Okay.
2 1s, 1 3, and 3 2s. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
12.
I got 13. 1, 2,
Oh,
4,
okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13.
13. Again, how are you always rolling 13? This is BS.
Math? I don't know.
This is his day.
It's like always 13s, your lucky
Oh,
number.
and I hit 15, which is left leg.
Leg. It completely blows their left leg off as you hit it in just the right spot,
Sure.
severing the femur, and they're dead.
Excellent. I would like to use an additional major action for 1 action point.
Got it.
And I'm going to shoot the other one, or at least try to. An 11 and a 13. So no crits, but two successes.
Yeah, and the fence is down, so that's good.
Okay.
We
Does
get
that
one
is
action
that
point back?
is that over the target number?
Mhm.
Perfect.
They had fun. Yeah.
All right. And then I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll 3 of the dice.
Okay.
Okay, not as good.
Oh, Weave the Tail, thanks for raiding.
2.
They also have a Fallout TTRPG campaign that they just started. So welcome, fellow wastelanders. Happy to see y'all. Oh, did we get another raid? Do we have a third raid coming in? Did I miss
Weave
one?
the tail. Rate it twice somehow.
Oh.
Okay. You'll be happy it's not 13.
Okay.
I got a 1, 3 2s, 2 6s, and a 5, and then 3 dice that are dead to me. So I got 10. 10 is the number that I got.
Jeez. All right. Where was the hit location?
The hit was 5, which is in the torso.
Yeah. So -2. So you hit him for 8 physical damage. So you blast right in the torso. This guy also dead. Y'all just keep blowing them up and then shooting them like crazy. The 2 that were by the fence, the gate that is now fallen, are both dead. And we are back. Did you want to do anything else?
Yes. Movement wise, could I get to the right side of the gate within the zone I'm in, or is that an extra zone? Where is it?
Because you did your minor action already. To take
I did a minor action, and max is 2. So I guess what I'm asking is if I can.
But you drew it, right?
No, I drew it the previous round.
Oh, that's right, you did. So yeah, you can move. Where are you wanting to move to?
Well, I guess I was asking, is it in the same zone, or is it in another zone away? Because I don't think we have to use an action to move unless it's a zone away.
Right.
Well, I guess either way. I want to move to the right of my right, of the gate. I guess
opposite side of Sugar.
Between the car and the gate, the wall. Not gate, wall, I guess.
Wall.
What is it to stow a gun? What is that?
To stow
it's probably like the same as draw, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use my quick draw feature, since I can draw a weapon or take an item for free without using action. I'm gonna take my rifle out. I guess I'll stow my gun next round. I don't know, or I'll stow my gun this round and take my rifle. I don't know. How do you want me to do it? That's
stow and then take out next round.
I'm taking my hunting rifle out because it has piercing, which I'm thinking we'll need for that power armor.
Possibly, we'll see. Ash.
Actually, before that, I just want to confirm there's no more people by the hole by me then, right? Because they've both been killed.
Right.
I'd like to spend a luck point to get lucky timing.
Okay.
Sugar is going to sneak in.
Okay.
And
I would say that you can't. I mean, you can move in. Sneak might not be an option because they're all like they know. Like your sneak would probably be like really high. You probably have to roll like 4 successes at least to try to sneak in, since everybody's kind of looking at where y'all are coming in at.
How far is Big Johnson?
It's a good question. If you peek in, you will notice that he has made his way. I have him like right there, but he has made his way actually around to the back.
So because I had been keeping an eye, so I watched where he went, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far? How many zones is that to get there?
Probably 2. So, well, like it's in the next zone.
Got it. So it'd take a minor action to get to him.
Yes.
Okay. So I rolled to see how.
Middle of all of them. It's up to you.
Sugar's gonna be dumb because Sugar doesn't care.
There's
Sugar has no regard for life. Sugar's gonna get all. Sugar's going to him.
With Lady Luck.
Nope, Lady Luck's behind and Bopper's staying behind too. So is my guitar.
Okay.
I just have the few items that I have in my pack, and I want to make my way to him. And I would like to get to him, because I remember I asked this if it's possible to get to him, to his power cell, and then I want to jam something in there, and however you'll tell me I can do it, I want to overload the power armor.
Okay. When you run back there, you will see that him and 2 other raiders are on motorized bikes and are about to take off from the back side of the raider camp. So let me look at his defense and tell you what you would have to do for that. You would have to You would have to increase, you would have to pick a specific location on him. It would increase the difficulty by 1. And his defense. Where is his defense? 2 plus. I'd have to look up his power armor, but so we'd at least have to get 3 successes, not to mention his power armor, which would be a lot. But it's up to you, whatever you'd like to do.
Because depending on how intense I know it is, alter specifically how I'm going to go about this. But I hear at least 3 successes to get to the power cell.
And not to mention its damage resistance. That you would have to get 3 successes to hit that specific location, and then it also is going to have damage resistance itself.
Okay. So I need 3 successes to hit the power cell, and then whatever damage, it'll be damage resistance.
Yes.
Okay. Because no rest for the wicked, I want to confirm what I can do here. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to get in there.
Okay.
And break this open. I am going to do a few action points for this. And I'm going to use, where is it? Stacked deck to use my luck instead of my normal stat for the roll. And that is a tag skill. So I need 15. That is a 2, a 5, and a 13. It's 5 successes.
Okay.
Then, I want to specifically overload it. That is 2 2s and a 5.
So 5 points of damage.
5 points.
Okay.
And I'd like to make it a critical automatically anyway, using my luck point.
Okay. Okay. It has a damage resistance of 8.
Well, still does critical, to my understanding.
Take some kind of wound thingy?
All I'm trying to do is wound the armor.
If it does no damage, does it still do a critical? I guess that would be the question, right?
Oh yeah, it has to hit, right? It has to at least
Has to hit.
It says
It
when
has
you
to
inflict
hit.
any
1 point of
damage.
So
It has
you
to
have-
inflict damage, yeah.
But you didn't
Triggers
inflict-
when you inflict damage.
With
So you didn't
unarmed or
inflict
melee
damage.
weapon.
So
Thank you,
didn't inflict
Magic the
damage.
Gathering, for teaching me technical writing and reading.
To just pick the power. Okay, so I thought I could just interface and not damage it, but just go for the power cell.
Oh no! Oh no! How many action points do you have to get the fuck out of there?
I don't need to get out. What does he have on him?
He is wearing a full set of Raider power armor. And he's
Raiders
on-
typically have explosives, yes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I'd like to spend another luck point to induce a helpful fact and say that obviously someone this great has to have explosives nearby.
Yes.
Grenades, preferably. Grenades that
Yes.
typically have pins on them that you could pull.
Yes.
And I'd like to pull those.
Okay. With you standing right there.
Yep, I'd like to pull them, and we're going to keep this going. Sugar has
Okay.
no regard for life, especially
All
not
right.
his own.
Goodness gracious. Let me look up. You're making me work too. Oh my gosh. I know, like I have
And
so
here
much
I thought
stuff.
Marcus was the one who had no regard
then
for
you
life for
guys
injecting
were like,
himself with like
Let
15
me
different
throw
drugs.
So many things at you. Page
You-
120 for explosives.
Yeah,
all these
you-
things I don't have memorized, like the stats on, or
Yeah,
have it
you-
enabled.
You underestimate or overestimate the not casual nature of Casual Campbell.
Yeah.
Page
You are
139
the
has a raider
least
armor if you need
casual
it for
mofo.
power armor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 5d6.
I don't want to have to carry Bopper around.
Let's see. 1, 2 2s, a 5, and a 6.
1,
2, 2, yep.
2,
1,
2.
1, 2 2s, a 5, and a 6.
Oh, you're gonna explode.
That's 7 points of damage. So you pull. So you see. So you tried to. And what weapon were you trying to take? You were damaging the.
So originally I was trying to pick into it and literally just jam something into the power thing. So I was originally using bobby pins. Technically I have brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles, you're trying to punch into it, and then you see that, and you just barely dent the armor. Then you look down and you see on the back of his bike, you quickly try to pull a grenade pin, and you do so, and it explodes, dealing 7 points of damage to you, no damage to him. It is going to damage his power armor a little bit, and it's also going to do a little bit of damage to his associates. Let me see how much.
Does it
What
does
about
it
their
damage the
bikes?
bikes? Yeah.
I'm trying to blow everything up in this corner.
With 7, let's see. It is going to a little bit, but they are still functional.
I'd like
So-
to, if possible, spend more luck of the draw, because these all people would have grenades on them, and I would like everything to keep blowing up.
Okay. Gosh, my cat. Anything else you would see, it would be deep inside the bag. Which
Would one
I would-
splodie set off the other splodies?
That's what I'm. You let me know how many luck points you need for this. I'm trying to set off a chain of reactions of nuclear explosions back here.
You're gonna die.
There's a very strong chance I'm gonna die.
Why are you gonna do that though? What the hell?
He has no regard for life. Haven't you been
Actually, it would
listening?
have exploded the bag completely, dumping the contents out onto the ground, because the bag would be cloth, or maybe even ballistic fiber, but the bag would be completely blown off, and then just chunks of food and bits going everywhere. His bag is completely blown off, but not his friend. One of his friends.
So no more explosions.
No.
So then that, no point for the luck point. Damn. And the grenade still didn't do enough to hurt his power armor.
It did a little bit of damage to his power armor. Oh, actually, no, it didn't, because it didn't get through at all.
What are the odds that my mysterious stranger finally shows up?
Since you did do some damage, yeah, why not?
Beautiful. All right, mysterious stranger. He rolls 3 d20s for his shot.
Okay.
It's attack skill. He has a 16. So let's do a 4, a 10, and a 12. So that's 4 successes, because his small guns is 6.
Okay.
And he rolls 8d6. Piercing and vicious. To do 4 5s of 4. You're useless to me.
4 5s.
4 5s, 2 1s, and a 6.
So 7 points of damage. Okay. All right. All of a sudden, you hear this loud pop from a sniper rifle, and from up overhead, kind of where you're at, you will see a raider that's in viewpoint of where he can see. He can't see, or she. We don't know. It's a mysterious stranger. This raider falls from the railing just above you onto the ground. And they're dead.
Oh, it didn't shoot him? Oh, that's rude.
You can't see them from where you are. This one's technically be back here, but I don't know.
I did all that just so the mysterious stranger would not shoot the guy I went for.
You can, because they couldn't see them from where they are because of the fence and stuff. But they did get another one of the enemies that's attacking you.
Oh, dang. Okay, because the ability says it goes against an enemy I attacked or one that attacked me. That's the only reason I was doing it that way. So,
well, they were attacking you all. I don't know that he would see it then. Then it might not be it might not be triggered. Then if it's somebody that's attacking you that round, because I don't think there would be a line of sight from somebody that is that far away.
Taking that W would be nice.
Yeah.
Just shut up and take the W. Just, I mean, dude, you're not
I'm almost out of
dead.
luck points.
She's being generous.
All right. Now I'm going to jump into one of these buildings and hide. I will take
You already ran
an
up
action
there.
point. Yeah, no, there's plenty of buildings. I'm going to use the last bit of action points that we have. To
Really?
yes. The last bit.
What would happen to not being afraid?
All right, I'm sure we'll build it back. We got this, Ash. It's fine. We just got our own little boss fight over like our Dark Souls encounter with this radiated.
Yeah,
Listen, I was trying to help prevent the radiation farts, the flatulence that could possibly kill the normal humans, but it's fine.
As was Marcus. Don't worry. The chances of him doing 15 damage, I'm sure, are small.
By the way, everybody that's tuning in right now, if you enter Mithril, MYTHROLL, into the chat, you will have a chance to win our giveaway that we have coming up pretty soon. We're getting up to close to being done, unless you want to take a short break, or do you want to continue on because we're getting close.
Let's just.
This will be a good time for a break.
I was gonna say, if we need a break, let's take it. Or
we'll take a
use
5
all his
minute.
luck. I'm good. We can take a
Yeah,
break.
we'll take a 5 minute break now that Sugar is in grave danger.
And Peggy has no
you
idea.
all are in front of a glowing feral ghoul who has healed some of the ghouls that y'all have taken out again, but has taken no damage itself. So we will come back in about 5 minutes and see y'all soon. So enter Mithril in the chat for a chance to win our mid-show, or no, not a mid-show giveaway, our giveaway for tonight. We'll see y'all back in just a little bit.
From the same team who created the world's first foldable metal D20 comes a colorful evolution. Introducing the world's first all-metal, foldable, full-color RPG dice set. Now you can enjoy a full set of foldable RPG dice. Designed with thicker, sturdier metal and in full color by our favorite designers. The 2 included sheets contain a total of 9 dice. 1d20, 1d12, 2d10, 1d8, 3d6, and 1d4. They come in multiple designs, and new ones will become unlocked as we reach our stretch goals. Tin Hedrals, foldable metal dice by Mithril Armory.
Yep. No, the first one is a media source, which is it's the bobblehead. I unmuted the bobblehead.
Ah.
I don't know why the bobblehead was muting. The bobblehead does not make a sound. The bobblehead on the screen goes like this. So welcome back, Wastelanders. We are playing Vault. This is a Fallout TTRPG 2D20 system by Motifius. We play every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific here on the Initiative Order. We are currently in combat with some ghouls and some raiders. We are on to Ash. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Tired of these damn ghouls, so she's gonna go forward and use her sledge this time because she's tired of dealing with this nonsense. She's ready to get to the real fight, so she's going to try to slam the one that seems to be flatulent.
Okay.
All right. And then that is a 2 and a 5. And my technically my target number is 18, so strength is also 2. Yeah, that's high, as you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, how many successes is that?
A 2 and a 5 with the target number of 18, so that's 4 successes. So you do gain. You only needed 1, I believe, to hit this guy. So you get 3 out of points.
And Mr. Flatulent was only 1 still?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, so there's a lot of dice, so give me a second. All right. Okay, so we got 2 3s, but we got, all right, we got 4 6s, 1 5, and a 1.
So 6 points. Where at?
That is hitting at a 6, which I believe is the torso. So
Okay.
slamming straight into this thing's stomach.
Mhm.
Hopefully, it's the effect is breaking,
Oh goodness.
and that was 4 of those effects on this thing.
Breaking. So it does have 4 physical damage resistance to its torso. For breaking does, for each effect rolled, which you rolled 2, right?
No, 4 6s.
4. For each effect rolled, reduce the number of d6s target cover provides 1 penalty if the target, according to the damage type of weapon, physical damage only reduces physical damage for example. So breaking is basically if they are behind cover.
Because it does physical damage to this thing.
Permanently, if the target is not in cover, instead reduces the damage resistance of the location struck by 1. Oh, so if it's not behind cover, it basically turns into piercing. So you did 6 damage, right? Wait, no.
Yeah.
What was the damage total?
Because it was 4 6s, a 5, and a 1. Because the other ones were 3s, so that doesn't hit.
6. Okay, that's right. And then 4 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Their physical resistance was 4, so you will do that 4, that full 6 to them then.
And I'm going to use 2 of the action points left because I believe we established that Cyrus had
5.
some.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to use
So-
2 more to do a major action, which is hitting this thing again with the sledge. Hopefully in the same area. We'll see.
Oh, that'll be bad. Okay.
And we're currently at 3 action points.
And that was a 5 and a 7 to hit.
Yep. So you now have 3 more action points.
We're at 6.
All right. Okay, so I got 2 6s,
Okay.
3 5s. No, actually, no. Ooh, oh, no, I messed that up. It's 3 6s, 3 5s, 2 4s, and a 3.
So 2 4s and 3 are nothing.
There's
So you
nothing,
did
but
6.
we got
They were
the
all
3
rolled.
6s, and the 3 5s.
Okay. Yeah, so that was 6 total. They all pretty much do the piercing, which takes away his 4 damage resistance. So it does do 6 points more damage to his torso. Yeah, so you basically, I think it only reopens the wound if you did it again. Yeah, so you just wham right into the gut of this thing, and then wham right into the gut of
let me roll for the hit location for that. It was a 4. It was a 4, so it's still torso. It's still torso.
Okay. Oh, it is good. I was like, I thought you said you did roll it. Okay, cool. So yeah, no, it's still standing. It's still standing. You did.
How many action points do we have?
We are back up at 6.
I'm using another major action. We're gonna hit this thing again.
Isn't that
okay?
It goes up by 1 each time, right? So it goes.
So the difficulty was 1 starting out, and then it became 2, and now it's 3.
No. You can only take a total of 2 major actions on your turn in a single
You can only
round.
do it 2.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, you can't do it again.
Well,
That's right.
then I'm just.
Unless it's a radioactive farter, in which case you can just hit as many times as you need to before it dies.
Yes, I remember that writer. Yes.
It's in subtext. You gotta read deep.
Okay.
I forgot about that. Thank you. Reminder. Not cheating.
Since you are dealing so much damage to it, it is going to get very, very angry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. Make sure it's not 5.
Do they go before me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's right before Tipper. 12. Oh, actually 5 successes. Damage was, yeah, so it would hit. It's going to, so it is bringing its arms up, and it's going to try to punch you for hitting it so hard in the gut. Let's see.
Also, actually, did it take because it took more than 5? Was it critically injured from the hits by Ash?
It was in the torso. In the torso, not the head. The head's the one that it can't take a next action. So it's bleeding, so it'll take damage at the start or the end of its turn. I have to look at it again. So that's going to be, those 2 are out. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. The effect, you're immune to radiation, so that doesn't matter. So 9 points of physical damage to your right leg.
Okay, so right leg has resistance of 3 physical damage, or it has because of. So then that reduces it. Does it reduce it a little bit?
To 6.
To 6.
So 6. Do you have anything that increases your criticals?
My critical technically is a 7, so I'm still safe.
Okay, so so I can't critically hit you unless I hit you with 7
no,
points.
No, it's because I have the adamantium skeleton, so it's 7 to crit.
Yeah. Okay, good, because I was like, I just injured you. Good. Okay, cool. So you just take the 6 points of damage, I think it was. So 6 points of the damage. All right, cool. No, you're okay, good. Because I was like, man, I just critically injured you.
No, you didn't. No, I was waiting for those numbers. So you're fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he slams into your leg, denting. Were you wearing armor or anything like that?
No, I don't skip leg day.
Yeah. So yeah, bouncing off of your glorious thigh, and now, Pawn, it will be your turn.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna attack her target.
Okay.
And all right. Let's see. Okay, good. So got a 2. So I only need 1. It's only with difficulty of 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I did hit it. And now time to do.
And gain an action point because you rolled a 2, so, right? Because it's your.
It's only 1 hit, so then yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
we're back at peak 7.
Oh, this is a good roll. All right. So that's good. So what is this one? 4. Okay. So then. And that's a 6. Yeah. All right. Good. So I got 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 6s.
So 8 damage total. Roll the location.
And that is a 10. So right arm.
Yeah, left arm. Okay. They have damage resistant, physical resistance by 4, so
And
that's going to be 4 damage.
Yeah, my bat has piercing 1 and vicious 1. Yeah.
Okay, so piercing 1, and how many 5s and 6s did you roll?
2 6s.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
And then 2 1s, 2 2s. So yeah.
Sorry, I was like, I didn't mean to flip y'all off. I was like, okay, no, okay. So that, so that ignores 2 damage resistance. So it does, so 4, so 2 takes off 2, then 6, and then 1, 2, 3 vicious per effect. So that's back up. So it negates each other. So
yeah.
Yeah, so no, well, no, it negates the their damage resistance. So they do 8 total. They're barely standing after doing all the maths. That was like so much maths. I was like, this and this and carry the 1 because.
And what is their action point pool right now?
We're back at 7.
7? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pop 2 to do another major action to see if we can like end this fight and then join the others. Try to save Sugar.
So the difficulty is a 2 now.
Difficulty 2 now. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a luck point to re-roll.
Okay. Luck point just re-rolls 1 of them. If you can use 2 luck points to re-roll both.
2 luck points.
You can spend another 2 more action points. 3? No.
It's 2 to buy. It's 1 to buy 1, 2 to buy 3.
1. Yeah.
Oh.
But since you were doing another action, I don't think that goes up because of that. So you can
good.
spend another action point to re-roll a 3rd dice too.
No, it's all good. So with spending those 2 luck points, I got a natural 1 and a natural 6. So my tag skill, which is my melee weapons, is 6. So it's like 4 successes essentially.
Yeah. So you only needed 2. So we got 2 extra action points and roll your damage and location.
Oof, okay. Do this first. Ooh. Okay, that's good. And then, yeah, okay. So I got a 1, 2 2s, and then a 5.
6 points.
And then piercing 1, vicious 1 for that 5.
Okay. 5. Torso. Okay. Yeah, so you come over, Ash has just been wailing on this guy's torso, and then you come over with Lucille, and then you see it bashes her leg, and you come over with Lucille, and you just start bashing it in the torso as well, and you make it spew its guts, its glowing guts everywhere, and it falls over dead.
As a minor action, I raise my hand to do a high 5 with Ash.
And Ash just looks at Pawn and nods because she doesn't get the high 5 action. She doesn't understand that whole thing.
Perfect. He'll take it. He'll be like, yes. And then watch as his 3rd nipple grows on his chest from the radiation.
What armor do you have on your left leg, Ash?
I still have the, it's because of the fact that I don't skip leg day. It's still the 3 for physical damage resistance.
Okay. This last ghoul comes up and tries to claw at your left leg. It deals 3 points of damage, but since you have the damage resistance, the armor on there, it does no damage. So that is their turn. Sugar, before you, as you dive into the building, you hear the brum, 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 and you see as Big Johnson and 2 of the raiders take off out the backside of the raider not village. What? Compound,
Camp?
the Raider compound. They take off, and you see dirt trails as they head out. There are still some raiders left standing. There was no raiders inside the building that you were currently in. They were all outside. Now everybody that's on the outside is going to start attacking. Let me double check and see how many there are.
So who left?
It's these two guys.
Little Johnson.
Big,
Target.
the big bad guy.
That guy died.
Little Johnson.
He got scared of a little rocker ghoul. Shameful.
We'll put them right here. And then, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. Gonna roll the damage on all this stuff.
Oh, jeez.
So there's 7 of them. So
Of
from what they
course.
can see, Marcus is behind the wall. Can't see Peggy Sue's behind the wall.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I guess
Tipper,
we're.
Ash, and Pawn all are sitting ducks. Kind of. Okay. Let's see what they roll. They are going to do. Nope, that's not it. All right. Sorry to get back to the right page. That was it. Okay. Target number's 11. So, we've got 1, 2, 3 attacking on 1, 2, 3. What's your defense, Pawn?
It is a 1.
Okay, all 3 of them will hit. 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, are going to attack Ash.
My defense is a 2.
One misses. That one hits. That one hits. So Pawn, you're gonna get hit 3 times. Ash, you're only gonna get hit twice. With action points. Oh no. Yeah, why not? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 6, 7. Wait, 5. Okay, so 5 points. 5 points of physical damage first from the first one. Pawn to your torso. Then, and then negate. Yeah, do your armor. Then it's going to be 2 blanks. 2, 3, 4. 4 points. Pawn to your left arm.
Okay.
Then. Ooh. Only 2 points to your left leg.
Okay.
How are you doing? You're good?
Yep. My damage
Okay.
on this was 2, so it lowered it to like 5 damage total.
Good. Ash, 2 points to your torso.
Yeah, my physical resistance is 4, so I'm
Perfect.
assuming that doesn't hit.
Nope. Then 1 point to your head.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So then, and then the other one can't see anybody. Oh wait, no. One's gonna go to Tipper. Ooh. I hit her. 4.
And Tipper's
2
dead.
points of damage, and then I'll look at that in just a minute.
Did Tipper get to go?
Sorry, Alicia.
Tipper to her. Tipper's going to get hit in the torso. Her torso is physical resistance 1, so 2. So she's going to take 1 point of damage. So her HP is down to a 10. All right. So Sugar, you already went. Peggy, it's back to your turn.
Hell yeah.
Did Tipper get to go?
No.
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 But did
It's
not.
her turn.
We need all the help we
No.
can get.
Tipper will try to hit the ghoul. Tipper will.
Technically, you know what? Tipper can miss her turn. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
We don't need all the help. We can get
Tipper
some
will
help.
use a luck point to
You guys are
reroll.
literally gonna kill her. That's
It
great.
will
No,
be a
she's good.
success. Tipper's going to re-roll that nat 20. That will be a success, a critical success. Just going to do how much with the shotgun? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. That ghoul, she blasts it with the shotgun. It is down. As you see from behind you, Pawn and Ash, as you're giving each other high fives for taking out the glowing one, Tipper barely misses you both with a blast of her shotgun from behind you, killing the glowing one. There are still raiders inside the camp. Peggy, it's your turn.
Okay. Is it possible for me to come up off of the wall, shoot, and then go back to the wall? Like, not a lot, just like, it would maybe be like 20 feet in real people time. Like, I'm not trying to move zones. I'm trying to hop out to where I can see those dirt bags up there on the tower. And
I'm
then
gonna have
come
to
back.
reread the rules on this. I think since you're staying in the zone, it will be okay. Y'all
Okay.
did a lot of that this round, or a lot of that this gameplay, or this session. So I'm gonna double check the rules for next time, but we will go with
Okay.
it for this time.
I was
We're
gonna
gonna
say,
go-
otherwise I'll spend the action point or whatever I need to. But okay, well then I will pop out, and there's still the 2 that were up there before that I shot before.
There are 3 people that are just behind the big gate that is now down, but I can't break my set and make the gate. It doesn't. It's not detachable. It's part of the fence.
Yeah. Those people up there on the balcony, are they still there? That I shot earlier, or
There are 3 people here.
Okay.
1 person that came up here. 2 people here. 1 person here. So there's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
okay, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the I'm gonna pop out and I'm gonna aim for. Let's go for the buddies that are in the gate.
Okay.
And I am gonna do the center mass. So I do not. That's aiming for the torso, and I do not take a blah blah for it.
Okay.
That is a 9 and a 14. Those are 2 successes.
Okay.
Then I
There's
will.
the 1. So you gain an action point.
With that action point, I will spend that action point and one of my ammo to hit a second target within close range to that one. And
Okay.
They will both take the damage I'm about to roll.
Perfect.
And they will take it to the head.
Oh. Okay.
So, take it to the head. Alright, let's see what my dice do though. Okay. 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 6, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
9.
Yeah, and then my piercing effect is I have piercing 2 on this, so I've got. I guess that's
They
piercing
have
4.
no damage resistance there on their heads. So
Okay,
you're,
that's. Yeah, so I shoot him in the face.
yeah. You go pop, pop, and you kill the 2 raiders that are just standing there in the right in the entryway. You shoot them both dead in the center of their forehead.
And then I pop back to the wall if I need, like I said. Yeah.
All right. All right, yeah. So you come out, pop, pop, go back. 2 dead. Okay. All right, Marcus.
I'll use my quick draw feature to finish switching out my guns. And
Take
then,
that,
Marcus.
and then I'll use my minor action to move along the outside wherever I hear the bikes moving.
Okay. Okay. So you're trying to get over there.
I just want to be able to get to where I can see it, so I could try to shoot out the tires or disable the vehicle in some way potentially.
Okay. It would be from where you are at. What's the range on your weapon?
It is extreme.
Then you can certainly try. Okay, go for it.
This is the sniper rifle that Marcus found. Okay. Do I need to spend like an extra point for an extra D20 or however that works? I mean, what's the difficulty?
The difficulty rating, since you have extreme, it's going to be a 2. Okay. So yeah.
Okay, it's still 16, so I'll go with it. I got luck points.
Okay.
A 10 and an 18. I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll the 18. Okay. 9. So 2 successes.
Okay, perfect. That's what you needed.
Then I'm not aiming for him. I'm aiming for the tire, trying to disable the bike. Okay. Damage. Yeah, some of these set pieces are by battle systems, and most of the set pieces that you see are created by me. I hand painted them, crafted them, and then I painted all the minis. Right, so
that you see, the ones that are painted.
2 dice don't count. 2 6s, 2 5s, 3 2s, and a 1. So this one has the 2 properties. It has a vicious property and a piercing property.
10.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 points of damage with piercing 1. Whatever.
Yes, you completely blow out the tire of his bike. He goes spinning out and crashes the bike into the dirt back there.
How many action points do we have?
We're full. 7.
Then I'm going to spend 2
to
shoot him now that he's off the bike.
Okay, he had a damage. His was defensive 1. So you'll have to have. Oh, and it goes up and the range. Okay. So 2.
Okay.
2 because you have extreme, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
10 and a 14. So
they hit.
2 successes.
Okay.
And then the damage with the psycho.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like all those 4s. Okay. Still 2 4s. 2 6s.
Okay.
2 2s.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 1s. So that's the 6. That's 2 piercing, and it's double damage because of vicious on those crits. So on the 6s.
Okay. Okay. Where's the hit location?
Oh shit. 3. Ah.
So the torso.
Shoot him in his ass.
So close.
So a 10 damage with piercing 2. On the
What number is the behind?
So 10 piercing 2. So it's going to negate that. So 10 minus 8 minus 2. So he's going to take 4 to the chest. So he's not critically injured. But you do hit him in the chest.
We really need to make like 8 like the ass. Just like if you roll an 8 on the 3 to 8, that's the ass. Please, for me.
Sugar rolls 8s all the time then.
Oh my god.
Anything else?
No.
No. All right.
Okay,
Ash, then it's your turn.
Okay, so I have some questions. Do I see the people trying to get away?
They are on the back side of this thing. So Marcus ran over here.
So I technically would have had to be further away. So they didn't come around to the front at all.
No, they went.
And that's where we're at. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that changes things. Okay, so then there's one raider at the front of the gate.
Yes, there's
Got it.
one just inside the gate, but the gate is down. So you would be able to use your minor action to get to them. The rest of them are up. Some are on the building. One's in the guard post. From what I
And then
yeah.
question it because of the fact that well, that one hit, it was a 6. Technically a 7 was to crit. But then would that affect my movement where I would have to do some type of test in order to be able to move for my minor action because my leg got injured? It didn't get injured. It technically didn't get injured.
Yeah, if you would have taken an injury to your leg, then you would fall prone, and then you can no longer take the sprint action, and the move action now is a major action.
So I'm still okay.
Yes, you're fine.
Okay,
So, but if you did, if any of you all ever do take a critical hit to one of your legs, you would fall prone, and then if you wanted to try to walk, it would cost you major action.
Okay, so I'm still good. Okay, so I'm going to get within range, so I'm going to move. That's going to be my minor action to move as close as I can to the raider over at the gate, and I'm going to rain some fury by swinging my super sledge. So we'll see. And that is a 1 and a 4.
Okay, so you have a defensive 1. So, and I know your target number is way too high. So, not too high. So that's two action points.
Let's see.
We're full.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 9. Let me roll this real quick. All right, so we got. All right, we'll get rid of those suckers. So we got 2 6s. No, 3 6s. Sorry, 3 6s, 2 5s, and a 1. 3 6s, 2 5s, and a 1.
So 6 points of damage. Roll the location.
And that is a 15. So that's going to be the
Left
right leg. Right leg. At least on mine, it says right leg.
15 to 17 is left leg. 18 to 20 is right leg.
Oh, it's opposite for me for some reason. Okay, cool.
Either way, it's leg.
Cool. A leg.
Yes.
And it's again, it's the effect is breaking. So I guess is that change it to the piercing?
It does. Oh my gosh, you killed him. You come up, yeah, because if it turns into basically turns into piercing because he's not undercover. You completely just sweep the legs right out from under this person, breaking both of them. The breaking both of their femurs, which causes massive blood loss inside their legs. They start hemorrhaging and they die.
Perfect. Is there anyone else close to him, or is the person too far away?
There is this person up in the guard post, which you could go up the stairs to get to them.
But because I use my minor action to move,
You'd have to use an action point to be able to do it. To do another minor action. And then you'd have to use 2 action points to do another major action. And it would increase their defense by 1.
Yeah, I'm going to I was trying to get creative because I was like, all right, hear me out. If I were to throw the person I just killed, attempt to throw them as a major action to hit the other person, because technically they have armor on. So I'm assuming that maybe that would do something. Is that a possibility?
Yes. What we will do is we will go ahead and use, you can, so pick them up and then you will throw them at them. So we'll do strength plus your throwing skill to see if you hit them. So if you're doing a major action, so it would
have to be the
2 action points. You'll have to get 2 successes based off your target number of your strength and your throw.
What is that considered? Is that an unarmed attack? What is that considered?
Throwing.
You are throwing someone.
Yeah.
Thrown seems fair. Yeah.
But
I would say it would be damage would be based off your unarmed.
Damage would be unarmed. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But
cool.
your
and you said
your strength and your throwing.
Strength and throwing. Okay. Cool.
Plus 1 difficulty.
Yeah. So you have to get a 2 successes.
Okay. So rolling these. Let's see. No. Well, 7 and a 12, because technically that's a 13.
A 7. So what's your target number?
13.
Yeah.
So 7 and 12, then you got 2 successes. Yeah. So roll your damage.
All right. And that's my unarmed, correct? Unarmed strike?
Yep. We're just using that strength to do the damage.
All right. So we got 2 6s, a 2, a 1, and a 3.
Okay, so 5 points of 5 points of physical damage. Roll. You know what? I'm not gonna have you. I will look at their overall defense because it's kind of weird to try to hit a specific location with a whole person's body.
With a whole person. That's what I'm like. I'm literally throwing the person I just killed, broke their femurs, and I'm flinging him, just yeeting him to this area where this other guy's standing.
I love it. Okay, yeah.
Yeet
So
attack.
he does have a physical. He does have a damage resistance of 1 for physical. So so he'll take 4 points of damage as you pick up this other raider that you just completely killed. You knocked the legs out from under them.
Yeah.
And pick that raider up, throw them at the raider on top of the guard post, bludgeoning them a bit with their fallen comrade, dealing 4 points of damage to them. They are still up, but they are kind of like dazed from what happened.
That's good. That's exactly what I wanted, and I'm staying put.
So where'd they go? You picked them up and they're like, yeet!
Yeet attack.
So there's a dead raider.
Ash's famous yeet attack.
Ah, yes, the yeetus.
The yeet attack. So all of the ghouls are dead. So it is Tipper's turn. Tipper will see the person in the guard tower, try to shoot them. Oh, she's gonna hit them and get you 2 more action points. Yes. And deal, those are 2 blanks, 2, 3, 4 points of damage plus to the torso plus her. She's got vicious. Oh, perfect. So that's going to do 2 more points of damage. So Tipper takes her. She comes up a little bit closer, looks up at the person that you just yeeted the raider on top of, takes her Hannah's shotgun, and pow, unloads a cap into their torso. And effectively kills them. They go tumbling off the back of the guard tower, and they're dead.
Amazing.
So that one's dead. There's only 2 more left, and it is Pawn's turn.
Okay, perfect. So you said it was a minor action to go over to like the gate area, right? Okay. So I'm going to spend my minor action to head over there. And then I'm going to spend a luck point to do luck of the draw to add a detail to the scene. Pawn is searching through the pile of dead corpses for any sort of healing items like sem packs or what have you. That way he can like fish and find them. Would you say he finds one?
You are going to find, let's see what they've got on them. They have, so you're looking specifically for that, and you spent a luck point. I will say that you do find one stim pack right off the bat. Okay. Yes, you will find one stim pack.
Perfect, that works. And then, how many action points do we have left? Sorry, Jordan.
5.
5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't know.
You're good. It's my job.
Thank you, Jordan, for keeping track of that. I appreciate it.
Half my abilities affect them, so.
If I wanted to spend like one more action point, to do one more minor action to like move to a more defensible position so I don't get shot at from above, would that be just one action point?
Yeah, it's one action point to do an additional minor action.
Minor action?
Right,
okay.
And since you are, you used the luck point to find the item.
Mm-hmm.
To draw it would have been a minor. I will say that you will have to spend 1 AP because you're still in the same zone, but since you kind of like drew the stim pack, I will say that you do have to spend 1 action point to be able to continue to move in the zone. But yes,
That's
you can do
fine.
that.
Yeah, I'll snag the stem pack and then spend that action point to move like maybe behind the building and between the fence and that building just to block line of sight from those shooters up top. And,
Okay, I'm gonna move y'all in a little bit closer. So pawn. So maybe like right there. Then
yeah, whatever makes it difficult for those shooters up top to fire at me.
They're right here. So they wouldn't be able to see right down from the edge. Oh,
That works perfect.
Yeah, but that's a little close. Okay. Then did you want to do anything else?
And one of those guys are down, correct?
Everybody. The only two that are left are these two up here.
Oh, the two up there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's it for me.
Okay. Sugar, you are currently in one of the buildings.
Yep. I'm going to use the layout of the building and the general decoration they use to find wherever they would tuck away their loot.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. There's loot basically everywhere. I mean, there's stuff just all over the place, depending on what you call loot.
Caps and anything that has high cap value. Healing stuff and caps are my goal.
Okay. So you're gonna find 4, 8, 10 caps, a tire iron, and a pipe gun, just in the vicinity that you're in.
Can I determine a general location where it seems like they might have like a stash anywhere? Can I?
So seeing you were the first person up at the gate, and so you could see where Big John came out from, and of course he was kind of the leader at this particular camp. So you could tell where he came out from, and I mean, him being the leader, he probably has the best stash.
I'm going over there.
Okay, cool. So it would be in a different zone technically because you're in the opposite building.
Got it. I'd like to use my minor action to head over to that other zone where Big Johnson came from.
Okay, your minor action would probably be to take the stuff. No, that was your action. I'll let you get over there. That's fine. I mean, y'all are, yeah, that's fine. Cool.
And then
you're over there though.
And I'd like to loot over here. I will, and Sugar doesn't care. Sugar's going to spend these action points if need be to loot real quick.
Okay. You will find on them then 3 frag grenades.
Okay.
14 caps and a hunting rifle.
A hunting rifle.
Oh, and 1 jet.
Calm down, Marcus.
Marcus's face.
Once I find all that stuff, I will. Is there a chair in here?
There is. It's a wooden chair. A wooden chair that's got like stains on the backing of it, the upholstery on it. And
picking up those items was a major action, or would I have to spend a minor action to get those?
Because you used a major action to pick up the stuff. You used your minor action to get over here, and then it would be another major action to start like looting everything, I guess.
Oh damn! So I can't command. Okay, because then I'm out of major actions. And I'm just gonna minor action take a seat for a moment.
Okay.
I'm going to lick the blood I had from the radiated ghoul. I'm just gonna kind of lick that up a bit.
Please hold. I hate this.
Wait, what does that say?
I can't read it because it's like blending.
Oh, it was upside down.
Uh,
I was like, what? No shit.
I can't
was,
waste.
I was trying to read it
Waste
backwards. I
one
was
piece
so
of paper.
confused. I was like, what?
it wasn't from the irradiated goal. It was from the other goal. So cool. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, it's
Nothing-
not rated at all.
That one wasn't. No.
Oh, that's gross. Ugh. Okay.
If
That's
it was
it
from
then.
the irradiated one, if it was from the well, I mean, it's got irradiated, or it's irradiated basically. But if it was from the glowing one would have done things for you.
Got it. So this blood is not radiated enough.
Yeah. Blech.
All right.
Peggy, it's your turn. I don't even want to think about that. So gross.
So
Alrighty.
gross.
Irradiated
Okay.
gold blood, just like.
So the only ones that
mean-
are left are those two up there on the toppy thingy bobby.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna come around over there to the gate, and I'm gonna shoot them in the face.
Okay. Oh, you can't see anyway. I'll just put it. Yeah, you're over there.
Yeah, I am gonna do center mass again, just because I like center mass. It seems to. Yeah, I like center mass. That is. Sorry, dang it. No, there's just 2 successes.
It had a defense 1, so good. Oh, it has cover from where you would be. So defense of 2. You had 2 successes, so you're good. Yeah, you hit. Don't gain any action points.
I will use an action point to activate my gun foo. So its little buddy's also going to take this damage.
Perfect.
Don't like those 2. That's okay. 1, 2, 2, 5, and 6. So 1,
7.
7, and then that's the 4 piercing.
And what?
It's the 4 piercing technically. I have piercing 2, so my 5 and my 6 have piercing 2 each.
Okay. Which ignore the damage resistance, which they've got 1. Cool. So yeah, you'll do. So they're both still up, but you go pop pop, hitting both of them through this air conditioning unit that's on top of this building. They're both still just barely up.
And then
And then you go back away. Okay, Marcus, it's your turn. Nice hit.
Marcus would like to
rage.
shoot Mr. Johnson.
Oh, I didn't tell you what they did on their turn after Sugar went. So after Sugar went, he threw the raider off of one of the other bikes, got on the bike, and then he took off. And he's like gone.
Big Johnson's gone? How did he get on the...
Yeah, one of the other raiders is still there.
Oh yeah, because it was 3 of them. There was him and his 2 raiders. So
For their turn, he threw one of the raiders off of the bike that raider was on, took that bike and left, and that raider is just standing out there in the middle of nowhere.
So he's out of my range?
Yes. The bike would have taken him far out of your range.
How far? Because I could sprint and minor action move again, right?
He's on a motorized bike. He's on a motorcycle.
I don't know. You tell me how far did he move? I don't know.
Out of the
Extreme
logistical
range.
for your body to carry you.
I'm like, what is this jet doing? You're a track star now? Jeez.
trying to be.
Okay.
Olympics here, Marcus comes. Wasteland Olympics.
Cowboy hat. The wasteland.
How about a hat and assless chaps? That's Marcus for you.
Mr. Marcus.
Marcus,
Mr. Marcus.
Marcus
Mr. Marcus.
will. How many zones do you move with a sprint?
2.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna use my major action to sprint. I'm gonna use my minor action to move another zone.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend action points
Uh-huh.
to sprint again,
Okay. That's okay.
and then I'm gonna
And
action point another minor action and move again.
We actually won't be able to get that last action point for the minor.
No, okay.
I mean, she could set a high difficulty if you want to try and roll it, because that'd be so dope if you hit.
Well, he can't shoot now. He spent both his major actions for this turn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If that had been an option, I would just minor action twice. But yeah.
But he's just chasing out of pure
Yeah.
drug-infused focus.
You're up, so you would be where that other raider is at this point.
You know what you could do?
Giving
This is probably too OP. But you could do spend a luck point to add a detail to the scene and find another motorcycle there or something.
Oh my god.
I don't think so.
But
Just
you
drive the broken
don't have
motorcycle.
to
You'll be
be-
fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
There you
That'll end Marcus's turn.
All right, Ash.
Ash is going to use her minor action to run up if there's stairs or something. in order
There,
to get
if you
to the
go
rest.
inside the building, there are stairs. You could spend an action point to do a second minor action to get you up there.
So I would have to do. So it would have to be my major action then.
No, it would be your minor action, and then to move it technically another zone because you're going upstairs. It would be another minor action, so 2 minor actions. So it would just be one.
And we're out of action points at this point.
Yeah, we're out.
No. I mean, technically, you could get another action point. If
You can
wanted.
give the overseer an action point, I believe, and it allows you to get one as well.
Yeah. You want to buy an action point from me? Yes, I mean, I'll take it.
Do it.
Instead,
Do it.
I'm
do
going.
it. You're Ash. Do it.
Do it.
You're thinking like Utahime. I know what you're doing. Think like Ash. Do it.
Yeah.
Ash isn't
Okay.
stupid.
Yeah, she's not though. I mean,
We chose
Ash
violence,
would just
so
go-
let's
but the
just double down.
sheet
No, this
says.
sugar that
but the
doesn't care
sheet.
about himself.
I was like, but the sheet says she's dumb.
Ash
so
has
because-
self-preservation. She's not like Sugar going to blow himself up for a tire.
These are 2 raiders that Ash knows she can murder without even thinking twice about it.
Yeah, but if she okay,
But then I can't use my major action because.
You could buy action points.
But I would have to buy 2, which gives her
Buy.
2.
Yup, buy them. If you kill them all, it doesn't matter. She won't be able to spend them.
that's not true.
In combat, no, actually, in combat, you cannot buy action points to do combat stuff. I believe that's how
Okay,
it
so
works.
let's see this. If
The hit,
I do
hit.
major action sprints, and then basically get an action point, buy an action point for minor action to movement to get to the person.
Mhm.
Wait, I would still have to buy 2. But
Yeah.
Minor
Minor action move. Buy 1 action point to minor action move again, and that'll get you in front of their face. Because they're 2 zones away, she said.
And then I could still use my
One,
major action.
one. Just one. You're moving in your zone to get to the stairs.
Oh.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Just
you would still have a major
I
action
would
point.
still
if
have
you-
a major action. Okay, that's what I basically want to try to do. So whatever's gonna do that.
So we're
just
gonna buy
run
one,
down-
and
buy
then
an action point from me.
I'm gonna regret this
To
later.
run up the stairs from the inside up to here.
Lord Jesus. All right.
No, it's
there's no
fine.
regret if
It's
there's
good.
no witnesses.
This might be why I have that 1 luck point. I think that's the 1 luck point left. This might
Oh,
come in
no.
handy. Might come in handy. Just maybe. Okay. It was a 5 and a 7. I
Okay.
hit this person. I'm
'Cause your
going to
target-
use. Huh?
Yeah.
Target number for that is an 18 because I'm hitting them with my super sledge. I don't want to miss. And I'm using my luck point to make this a critical hit.
Okay.
Using it up. It is what it is. So let's do the thing. I'm doing a thing.
Was that your attack skill?
It is my tax skill. Yes.
So that means
Melee.
that's 3 successes, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we get 2 points. So I believe their defense is 1.
Yep.
Yep. So we got 2 action points now.
Okay, all right. And then let me do this. Okay, so this is going to hit them in one of the legs. It's a 16. I'm left.
That's your left. Yes.
Left. Okay. And then we got here. Okay, so that was 2 4s. So we ignore that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Okay, so and then it's 2 1s, 2 2s, a 5, a 6, 2 1s, and a 3.
They're dead. I don't know where you're gonna hit them, but they only had 4 HP left.
Fantastic. It was worth it. I guess.
You just completely smashed them into a bloody pulp. Look. You're dead. Okay. That's turn.
That's my turn. Best of luck to this rest of this turn.
It's about to be Tipper's turn unless somebody else was about to use luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Sugar's gonna spend luck because why not? Life is all about doing dumb things.
You still have.
I'm down to like my last 2 now, but it's okay. From where I'm at, I would have to, I presume, have to spend an action point to get an additional minor action to make it to the top of that building. I don't know which building I got moved to, so I didn't know.
Yeah, you're in the 3-story, so you are in it.
Oh, so I'm closer.
Yeah, you're in the 3-story building, so it would be up. So 1 action point to get to the top, I'll say.
Okay, so it would take a minor action, and then I would have to buy another one to make it to the person.
The top, yeah.
Got
Top
it.
of,
So
the top. Oh, where that person is shooting.
yeah, where the last raider is.
Oh, then yeah, it would still be 1 because you're going upstairs and then over the ramp. Yes.
Got it. I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna go full speed, and I want to. I would like to tackle him off the building.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's an unarmed.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to spend luck to use luck instead of strength.
Okay.
That's a 1 and a 12. What's mine to do? That's a 13. So two successes because it's not a tag skill. Let's see. My unarmed for this is that 1, 2, and 5. So that's 4 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully is that enough to, we'll do it. We're also, something since I'm tackling, I still have to choose a body part I'm tackling.
Yes. And I think you can only really do that if you have the perk. Like Ash has the pain train, right? I don't think that you would be able to generate enough force if you don't have that perk to be able to take them over the railing, like knock them, like move them physically. I think you'd have to have that perk.
Got it. That's fine. I rolled a 1 to hit his head then, so I'm running up with a full force punch, and I'm going to spend the luck point to make it a critical. If it deals the damage.
Yes. Well, they had zero damage resistance to their head, so they had 4 HP left on this one as well. So you bash them. So Sugar comes running out of one of these back buildings. Ash, you see. You hadn't seen them since they had ran into the encampment, but you see them coming out across the bridge on one of these other buildings, coming over to bash with your guitar. No, your fists. Right?
Fist. My guitar's over with Lady.
That's right. Bash them in the head and punch them in the jaw with their fists, effectively taking them out. And currently, there is nobody left in combat. So y'all are out of combat, and I think this is where we're gonna leave off for this evening, and we'll see what y'all find, what y'all do, and everything next week. Congratulations on defeating not only a horde of ghouls, but an encampment full of raiders. Definitely not what I was foreseeing what y'all would do.
Murder
but
everyone.
We're not a gang, guys. We just murder everybody.
Not a gang.
Not a gang. Not a gang.
Take out the whole gang.
We met another gang. We beat the shit out of them.
We just do gang shit. We aren't a gang. We just do gang shit.
It's just the thug life.
The boys
live
that
are
thug
always
life.
hard.
We're not thugs, but we live the thug
That
life.
thug life.
Live it, yes. All right, so please enter Mithril in the chat if you'd like to do, if you'd like to be entered in for our giveaway while we do our little outro. My name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. You got lots of stuff coming up. I'm going to be doing an interview with Creators Assemble tomorrow night. So check out my socials for that, and then I will also be playing on Blackwater D&D for this DM roulette game on Wednesday. So that's gonna be very interesting.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll be watching my socials for that as well. And then also, of course, you can catch me here every Monday, and I'm also doing I'm playing in Volcania, which is a steampunk type game on Sundays with our wonderful storyteller Jordan. So yeah, so just watch all the socials because we do lots of things. So we'll take it on over to Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me again on Facebook, Instagram, and here on Twitch at Utahime Cosplay, and Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And you can catch me tomorrow right here, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time for Society of Sabers. It's a new generation one-shot that's being run by Arclight Cork. So you need to make sure that you tune in. It's going to be a really, really fun time. Lots of great stuff happening. And then you can catch me on Thursday on the In Crowd. I play Cord. She is a monk, Way of the Long Death. So definitely check it out for some crazy Quentin Tarantino action with some ladies just killing a bunch of peoples. And that's on 6 o'clock on Thursdays. And then of course, the awesome new campaign, Evermore Tales. You can catch me as Yuki. And that's on every other Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time here in Initiative Order. And that's it. See you guys next week.
What? Jason Charles Miller popping in on our game.
Hey!
You just missed it. We're finishing up. But welcome to the Wasteland. I mean, you're familiar with the Wasteland, but this is a different kind of Wasteland. Sugar Cyrus.
Greetings. What can I say? It's Jay, Casual Campbell. You can find me on all social media at casual_Campbell, where weekly I play a ghoulish bard, live in reckless abandonment every minute that I possibly can without any regard to my own life. You can also catch me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Gilding Light. Tuesdays, I play a reborn goblin, Franken goblin, with the power to take body parts and assimilate it to my own to change what I look like at any moment notice. And I've got a bag of holding for a stomach. On Wednesdays, I play an autistic shifter barbarian that has the power to use their music and musicality to exuberate their emotions, because that's the challenges they face being a person with the issues they have in a fantasy realm. You can also catch me on my Sundays, as said, with the Volcania Forge of Fate. The next one we're doing is on July 11th. Forge of Fate is designed by Gear Games, the D12 system. So it's a brand new stuff going on with that. And one of the biggest things for me is starting next month, I will be pushing out the playtest material for my Deep Breath 5e RPG experience, where it's anime, manga, and JRPGs inspired systems, where you get to have the enjoyment of being a wizard with a scroll or a hipster with a PDA that also can cast magic, because that's what anime is all about. Protags and magical moments. I think that's the gist of everything I'm doing. I'm always terrible at marketing myself.
We do have a campaign D&D thing coming up later in the summer that you should keep an eye out for, but TV.
Yes, and stay tuned for that. I'm also doing something on Initiative Order later this month, and I feel so bad because I completely forgot what it was. No, it's next month.
Adventurers Wanted.
That's right. Adventurers Wanted. I will be running one of the games for Adventurers Wanted on the Initiative Order, which will be the second streamed content of my 5e stuff, but the first one after we put out the playtest. So that means it'll be more so official content for people to see. Yes, so those are things that I do on the internet.
So many amazing things that everybody is doing right now. It's awesome. Cool. Okay, Pawn, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so my name is DeAngelo Murillo. You can find me on socials at _DeAngelo. and I stream on Twitch. I organize a lot of events in the tabletop RPG community to help like the homies out, you know, get money, improve like diversity and inclusion, all that kind of stuff. Right now, every Saturday, we're doing a series called Phoenix by Night, which is a Vampire the Masquerade comedy series where Taryn Hackett is actually the like main actress for that. So it's like super fun. It's awesome. This coming Saturday, I'm actually not going to be the Dungeon Master. I'll be a player. So I'm super excited to be a vampire, be a brat for our homie Ben, aka Mountain Taker, to DM. But I do a lot of other things. I also am organizing Homies Helping Homies and / Homies Hurting Homies, which will be coming in the near future, which will be really, really fun. And right now I'm also working on Emerald Templars, which is my upcoming like tabletop RPG using the Cortex system, which should be really cool. It's a grimdark fantasy, but it's also like my twist on it. So for example, my Bard class, the subclasses are Mariachi, Ska, spoken word poetry, and a bunch of other ones. So it should be a lot of fun. And yeah, I just love playing with my friends and doing cool things. So it should be good. Yeah.
It was so much fun playing Vampire with you this past weekend and getting to play Vampire with all y'all. So that was fun. Yeah. All right, and you can check that out on VOD. It's out on VOD, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, on YouTube. All right, Peggy Sue.
Hi everybody, Taryn Hackett, aka Valrook. You can find me on the Instagram at Valrook. I'm a TTRPG streamer, general creative human, crafting person who loves cats, and I'm a dice maker for Umbral Oculus Dice. I make handmade artisanal dice, and if you want to follow specifically that stuff, you can go to UO_dice on the Instagrams, and I have little pretty thingies, and they're fun, and I do things. Like DeAngelo said, we've got Vampire the Masquerade going on Saturdays. We've got Forge of Fate going on Sundays right now. Every Monday, you can catch me here playing Miss Peggy Sue James, which I love her to death. Coming up in August, I'm getting my own show, and we're starting to leak things about it, and it's just the spoopiest thing ever. So pay attention to, so be paying attention to the socials for details on that, because it's gonna be just everything my little goth heart desires.
All right, and everybody's favorite MySpacer, Marcus Cole, take it away.
Poet.
Turns out I may have been banned, but I'm Justin. You can catch me later this week out at Lake Ray Roberts, where I'll be trying to clean out the slime and algae that got underneath the boat. It's actually blocking the depth finder, so not getting a temperature, not getting a depth. The alarm's not going off when you're in shallow. It's a mess. Anyway, catch me next week, where you'll see if Marcus can catch up to a motorbike. I'm assuming
or if he's gonna be addicted to drugs.
I'm assuming it's a moped, so maybe there's a chance.
It's not a moped.
Can I use a luck point to introduce that? Can I use a luck point to introduce that into the story?
Just keep you got 6 more jet left. Just keep inhaling and running, running.
Gosh, no.
I will get addicted at that point.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. You're gonna have to. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to roll your addiction. All right. Well, it is time. We will roll to see who won the giveaway.
Who wins the Mithril giveaway?
Alpha, congratulations on winning our show giveaway for the Mithril 1020s. If you will join our Discord, we will and contact Danny. We will get you hooked up with that Discord.
Yay! They're amazing, so enjoy it. Trust me.
So yes, so click the link, join our Discord if you're not already in there, and we'll hook you up with that. And we will see you all next time, same place, Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, here on the Initiative Order. See y'all later.